my God.
What?
Megan Fox and Machine Gun Kelly have called it quits.
No!
What in the hell?
Just months before welcoming their baby, according
Nothing is over! It's over!
sources. I mean, like, who didn't see this coming? Someday, there was no way.
What this was, well, I call this Skylab. You remember Skylab's deteriorating orbit?
Yes.
That's what was going on here for a long time. I just watched her last night in that movie Subservience.
Okay.
Which is almost exactly the same plot of Megan, except you have an adult, effable robot. The rumors, and apparently this goes, from cheating, right? His cheating?
They were in Vail, Colorado over the Thanksgiving, and this is apparently where it happened. Megan discovered something upsetting on his phone.
Yes.
So apparently the source said...
You ordered from Caviar without me?
No, it was probably cheating, yes. The source said she wanted him to leave the trip early, and since then they haven't seen each other.
Who's Kathy Bates?
Megan, who announced her pregnancy in November, is due in March, adding complexity to the breakup after debuting their romance in 2020. Meanwhile, Megan sparked dating rumors with this gentleman, Michelle Morone.
Yes.
Her co-star in the 2024 film Subservience. I had to look him up. He's like a super good-looking guy.
So let me tell you about this dude.
Yep.
He is super good looking. I'm like, holy Christ. And then there's the guy has a shirt off in one of the scenes. He has this accent that is kind of muted at the beginning of the movie. And by the end, I'm like, I can't understand what this guy is effing saying.
Well, he was a co-star in the film Subservience. And the rumor started after resurfaced video of them sharing a lighthearted moment on set went viral. However, Michelle's rep clarified the speculation, saying any accusations beyond a work friendship are simply untrue.
That means they're getting it on.
Michelle is currently in Italy filming another project. While Megan adjusts to her recent breakup, she and MGK remain silent about their current status or plans for their baby's arrival.
You know, it worked in the movie, Preston, and now thinking back on it, she has sort of a plastic look to begin with. Yeah. So playing a robot actually worked, and she did a pretty good job.
Got it on.
Yeah, I guess they didn't need to.
No, they didn't.
To do much to make her look like an android.
They didn't need to do much.
Fans have found a photo of Timothy Chalamet when he was just 14 years old, and according to his fans, a bit of a sports nerd. There's a photo of him floating around when he had met NBA stars Landry Fields and Andy Routens, just weeks before his 15th birthday. So Fields had tweeted out back on November 2nd in 2010. He said, "Me and Andy will be in the city tonight. The first person to find us and answer our trivia questions wins 2 tickets." And it turns out that person was a teenage Timothy Chalamet.
Did you see the footage that went viral of him giving his sports picks, in case you saw it?
I did, yeah, for college football.
He seems like completely up on everything.
He's a sports fan.
Yeah.
Fans have found the old photo hilarious, joking Little Timmy Tim origins and hyping him up, commenting, "This is further evidence he's a sports nerd." And one account on Blue Sky noted Timothy Chalamet really does know the ball, so I guess he's way deep into it.
He's going through the DiCaprioization in my mind. A guy who is too good looking to like, and then he turns out he's really good.
Yep. Monday Night Football broke new ground with its alt cast centered around the symptoms, but its regular broadcast also aired at the same time, and there was some crosstalk between the two broadcasts, and it's there that Jason Kelce managed to diss an entire city, and we have a clip of him mentioning Dallas. Here we go.
The state of Texas, Arlington, Dallas. Real geography lesson.
Also the and armpit of America.
So to give you a setup for this, Mina Kimes, as she called the fictional town of Springfield the armpit of America's butt crack, Kelce applied that comment to Dallas, saying that it was also the butthole and armpit of America. When the rest of the broadcast crew reacted, Kelce backtracked. He said, "I was joking. It was just a joke because of what Mina said." In an attempt at a little damage control, he added, "We're having fun here. I love Dallas." So,
right.
Backtracked a tiny bit.
By the way, Mina Kimes, I don't know if you've ever seen her. She is so pretty.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah. But also, but she's also in the sports world, the football world, which you got to be able to hold your own, and she really does.
All right. Jeremy Renner is giving an update on his life following the snowplow accident. January 2023, he went through a lot of work to get back on his feet. In a new update, he jokes that Iron Man has nothing on him because he apparently is 25% titanium now. He said it'll be 2 years in January. And I'm very, very proud to overcome a great adversity in my life, and I'm forever grateful for all the love and support that I've gotten from people around the world.
I mean, you stop and think about it. When that story broke, who wasn't certain he was going to die? I mean, he was run over by a 14-ton snowplow.
Yeah, he said, even those I never knew existed that helped propel me to get better, and it's the only thing that really kind of defines me in my life at this point. So, yeah, he's lucky to be alive for sure. Unfortunately, this guy's not lucky to be alive because he's dead. Michael Cole, best known for his role in the Mod Squad, passed away. He was 84 years old. The late actor who made his mark as Pete Cochran in the 1960s police drama died peacefully surrounded by his loved ones and after living a full and vibrant life, according to the release.
I'm old enough to remember. I was a very young kid, I'll say in my defense, but Mod Squad was on, and it was the first show that really tried to target like an action crime, a police drama kids, teenagers. Right. And actually, his Peggy Lipton was his co-star in that series.
The Mod Squad not only made him a household name, but also broke barriers by addressing themes of racial and social justice, with Cole's performance helping bring authenticity and heart to the series. The Mod Squad had followed three, quote, hippie undercover cops with checkered pasts to infiltrate the counterculture and nail the adult criminals preying on clueless young Southern Californians, according to the series logline. The youth squad consisted of Peter, whose wealthy parents kicked him out of their posh Beverly Hills home, Link, a survivor of the ghetto, and Julie, a former hooker arrested for vagrancy. And as Steve said, that was Peggy Lipton and also Clarence Williams III.
I mean, together, Preston, they were out of sight.
Yeah. After the Mod Squad aired its final episode, Cole went on to appear in Murder, She Wrote, Fantasy Island, Wonder Woman, and Love Boat. He did the circuit.
He did, yes.
Essentially. In 1990, he took the role of adult Henry Bowers in the miniseries adaptation of Stephen King's It. And he also appeared as Harlan Barrett in General Hospital, so 84 years old. All right, so moving on to a TikToker, Drew Afualo. Don't know this person. Is one of TikTok's biggest stars, apparently, with a following of over 8 million viewers. Well, the pressure of providing content for that kind of audience is a huge weight, and at least for the time being, it's a little too much for her. In a video Monday, Afualo told her fans that she's taking a break from the platform to get her head straight.
Needs to get her head right.
She said, people on this app see me in many different roles. She said, the perfect content creator, the perfect influencer, the perfect ally, the perfect activist, the perfect feminist. The list goes on, and that feeling is suffocating, she said. Her podcast, The Comment Section, is expected to continue, but TikTok will be put on pause. She said, I am forever grateful for this platform and the community that we've built together, and I promise I will be back.
All right.
That's all there is.
That's a warning.
That's all I have to say about
You know what
that.
this is going to get?
What?
A crap ton more followers for her.
Probably. Yeah, probably. All right, this is interesting, and no way in hell this happens, but rivals in court. Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie have received a mammoth offer if they team up once again.
Oh.
Danny Rossner, who credits include 2001 A Space Travesty and The Ultimate Weapon, says he is totally serious, having raised over $60 million from backers for the project. According to the producer, the movie is a love story set at the Hotel Martinez in Cannes, France in World War II. It's based on the real-life owner and his mistress. Rossner figures the split based on each actor's box office power would be 20 to 25 million for Pitt and 15 million for Jolie.
Yeah, that's a great way to entice her.
Yeah, Angelina
We're going to pay you
will
$10 million
really
less.
Be on board if you pay her $10 million less than Brad.
You're saying I get $10 million less? Sign me up. I had heard they were doing a big screen version of The Honeymooners.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You really? And this time he actually hits her.
Yeah.
No, that's stupid. This is It would maybe the other way, $25 million for her and $15 million for him. Maybe
Who
they
signs
might
on?
consider that.
Yeah.
But no way. Absolutely not. And they just hate each other.
I mean, they're still embroiled in legal
How
crap.
many years has this been going on?
It's
Oh, my
got to
God.
be 10 years.
It's so long.
Coming up on a decade.
Yeah.
Easily.
10 years,
Yeah.
man. 10.
So don't expect that to happen. Chris Evans has a long history of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. He starred as Steve Rogers, Captain America, in the MCU movies. He also played Johnny Storm in the Human Torch in 2 Fantastic Four movies and Deadpool and Wolverine. Now, it's assumed that Evans was done with all of that as a new Fantastic Four was cast and his Steve Rogers had wrapped up his stint as Captain America. But never say never in comic books or comic book movies. Evans has signed on for Avengers Doomsday.
Really?
Now, nobody knows in what role. Is it a flashback? Is it somebody completely different? I do not know.
I could absolutely see that original collective along in years. I love the arc. Preston, Superman in Kingdom Come.
Yes.
Older,
awesome.
I love to see those progressions and to see him. I mean, he was perfect. I think I'll say that the Captain America, the First Avenger, is an underrated movie.
I agree.
It's really good.
I watch it almost every time
Yeah.
that I come across it.
I read something from Screen Crush that Tony Stark is basically Robert Downey Jr.'s character. He's playing Dr. Doom, obviously. That Dr. Doom is a variant of Tony Stark in Doomsday. And so I could see Chris Evans being a variant of Captain America. And, in the multiverse, anything is possible.
Okay. Like a genetic variant of some type?
There were these rumors that when, I don't know, maybe Guardians 3 or something came out, Doctor Strange, the second Doctor Strange, that Tom Cruise was going to show up as a variant of Tony Stark because at one point, pre-Iron Man, Tom Cruise was considered to be Tony Stark, and obviously that never happened. So Marvel likes screwing around with this type of thing and having some fun cameos, and so they'll find any way to bring these guys back in.
I would say this, that avoid the urge to muck things up too much, because I hate when they go down this converging multiverse crap. It just, I tune out.
I don't like it either.
That's why Deadpool and Wolverine was so much better. It's because they teased with it. They had fun with it. But even, Ryan Reynolds' character in that movie, when he's talking about Chris Evans killing the budget, like they make these jokes, but they don't milk it, Steve. Like, they have fun with it, and then they end it.
Exactly.
And they go on to the next thing.
Exactly. Don't make it the full weight of the plot.
So,
Knock it off!
Avengers Doomsday is set to be released May of 2026, which is actually not that crazy far away. I mean, it's a year and a half.
Yeah.
What's the next one?
Captain America, New World Order.
Or that's the next
Brave New World.
That's supposed to be released?
Yeah, and then Thunderbolts is after that.
Okay. It didn't take long after the mysterious teaser for 28 years later to get a full-fledged trailer. It took 2 days, in fact. The new trailer paints an ugly picture of life 28 years after the first zombie apocalypse, and it would appear that Cillian Murphy, the star of the franchise's first film, appears in zombie form, while the rest of the cast, which includes Aaron Taylor-Johnson, Jodie Comer, Ray Fiennes, Jack O'Connell, Aaron Kellyman, and Edvin Riding, is seen as somewhat healthier, though the status seems at risk. The movie comes out on June 20th. I watched the trailer. It looks really good.
So I enjoyed 28 Days Later and the sequel. The first one that Danny Boyle directed. The second one, I don't know if Danny Boyle directed that one. I'm down with this universe. 28 Days Later introduced us to full force running
zombies.
And it's more like a rage virus than it is zombies, because you remember they got any blood on them or they were immediately infected. But I love this world.
I think Danny Boyle's doing this movie, Steve.
Excellent.
Yeah, it should be solid. So, but it looks really, the trailer looks creepy as hell. Okay, so a new AI-generated ad for Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg's new spirit, which is called Still Gin, has the legendary rapper sitting and having a drink with Frank Sinatra and Sammy Davis Jr. In the cinematic commercial, a collaboration between the gin brand's creative agency, Rosewood Creative Director Dave Myers, a generative AI company, Metaphysic, and that company, they created in partnership with the Sinatra and Davis estates. I watched it. I still don't like this stuff.
No?
I haven't seen it.
They don't have the mouth movements down right yet, Steve. That is by far the trickiest detail of the AI
So
stuff.
this isn't the most expensive or the most competent AI I've seen.
Right.
It does not look all that good. I've seen much better.
Yeah.
This has all the telltale signs of AI.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of distorting. And the thing that really troubles me is that it looks, Snoop's mouth isn't, oh wait, he's alive.
Snoop, yeah. Yeah, Snoop and Dre, they're real.
It just seems weird.
Yeah. Still Gin by Dre and Snoop is the second product from their line of alcoholic beverages and comes on the heels of their successful launch of Gin and Juice earlier this year.
Do you know what I think? I think were Sinatra alive, I think he and Snoop would get on famously.
Hell yes, they would. I'll bet you they would. Absolutely. And the fact that their families okayed this, that's a pretty big deal.
No, it is a big deal.
Because even though I'm sure the families, listen, as they're getting older and the younger ones maybe have control of the legacy, they don't care quite as much.
Put on some Snoop Dogg.
They need some loot, but it's still, they gave the approval. All right, how about this? A new Meet the Parents films is in the work. Meet the Parents film is in the works.
Yeah, right.
It doesn't need to happen.
And the franchise's major players, Robert De Niro, Ben Stiller, Terry Polo, and Blythe Danner, are in talks to return. What's that?
Sorry, I turned my mic off. If it's all of them, though, I'd be okay with another one.
I assume that the way it's going to work is now Ben Stiller and Terry Polo are the parents.
Are the parents?
That's my guess. They're old enough now, right?
Yeah, you can't be, hey, we're coming by. Yeah, they're in their 90s.
Yeah.
So the first one, very funny. Enjoyed it a great deal. The second one, not so much. Meet the Fockers, right? That was the second one.
Yeah.
And there was a third one, too, was there not?
I think so. I never saw it.
Little Fockers.
Little horrible.
Don't waste my time.
Were they all in Little Fockers?
No. They were in Mother Fockers.
But that's what I mean. If it's all of them in this one,
It's sort of
How have they never seen that? How have they never seen that? That is a viable title into the entry of this series.
I mean, honestly,
Mother Fockers.
just wait, because that might actually be the name of the next one.
It might be. No word yet on who's directing, as the film is in its earliest stages of development. No plot points or expected release dates have been announced as of yet, but they're going to do it.
Kathy, the sharpness of the first one became more diluted and ooh.
I hated them. I hated them. I hate these kinds of movies where anything that can go wrong does go wrong. I can't stand it.
The problem for you, and I completely understand that, and that's absolutely legitimate. A lot of what Stiller, I think, does best is the put upon, no one gets me. He's in his zone when he's in that character, and I love him in that character.
Along Came Polly was another one of those.
Polly.
Which is a great movie.
I mean, the scene in Tropic Thunder where they have him on the crucifix, basically, and they got him under the water, and he's like, cut! Cut! He's still facing to that movie. Oh, my God.
What does he call his little...
half squat.
Half squat.
I shall call you half squat. And then when he said the kids attacking him later, get out of here! That movie is
movie's
so good.
brilliant, and it's
so
good.
And
I'm glad. Listen, that it deserves to be seen.
Yeah, it hasn't been canceled because
it hasn't. Yeah,
it took all these horrible stereotypes and pushed them to the nth degree. But that's the humor in it.
That's the whole impetus was these
are horrible
self-aggrandizing actors. Yeah.
All right, one more story. There are new performers that have been added to Dick Clark's New Year's Rockin' Eve with Ryan Seacrest. We told you last week the lineup was finalized, but the network has some other plans, along with previously announced Carrie Underwood, Megan Maroney.
Everyone loves fireworks.
Sophie Ellis-Bextor, Lenny Kravitz, Teddy Swims, Tinashe, Cody Johnson, and Thomas Rhett. Pencil in some performances by Alanis Morissette. That's pretty cool.
Johnny Five.
No. Johnny Five? Renee Rapp, Dasha, DJ Cassidy's Pass the Mic Live with Ja Rule.
Amazing.
Fat Joe's going to be there,
Fat
Steve.
Joe. Wow, that's
Yeah.
a callback.
Slick
Didn't
Rick.
he do the lean back? Is that him, Fat Joe?
Slick Rick and Dougie Fresh. Ernest.
Goes to camp?
It just says
Know what I
Ernest.
mean, Vern?
So Hardy, Kesha.
Larry the Cable Guy. Jim Neighbors.
Natasha Bedingfield and T-Pain. All joining the festivities from the West Coast, actually.
That seems like a callback.
Yeah, there's some...
There's some nostalgia.
Ja Rule is like all over the place again.
Really?
What prompted that?
I have no idea. I'm like seeing him everywhere.
Dick Clark's New Year's Rockin' Eve with Ryan Seacrest will air Tuesday, December 31st, live at ABC, and that whole thing begins at 8 p.m.
Is Dolly doing her thing again with
Miley Cyrus?
Miley Cyrus? Because that's worth watching.
They were
Co-host.
part of this, though?
No,
We're doing a
they had their
completely
own.
different thing.
They had their own,
Okay.
yeah. And believe it or not, it's really well done.
Okay.
I watched. I went back and forth between the two because I do love Ryan Seacrest, but that was good. Miley Cyrus, her and Dolly, she kind of like took care of her, like it was like her her grandmother. You
Is
know?
she not family to Miley?
Like
I think
godmother or
it's her
something.
godmother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think she's a godmother. Ryan Seacrest, always have to throw props out. I think he's doing a killer job on Wheel of Fortune,
Yeah, he
man.
is. Yeah, he absolutely is.
Yeah.
All right, we're ready for clips. Here we go. Black Doves covers the hairy situation of the arises when you have a secret occupation. A thrilling vengeance story would not be possible without an extraordinary cast. And in this clip, show creator Joe Barton talks about what he values in a good actor.
Good actors always do you know what I mean? They always just turn up and they have an interpretation, or even if it's just a little line reading or a bit of backstory or just how they wear the costume, whatever, that's sort of the pleasure of it.
Ah, damn it.
Hey, man, I've been in the hood too about 40-some years. That first time it happened. But
Nah, I just had to go with that. I was going for something else. It would have been perfect.
We'll go for it. What was it?
All right, we'll give you. I'll tell you.
Doesn't he talk funny?
Black Doves is streaming now on Netflix. Here's our next.
Doesn't he talk funny? And Hoot Toot are back to back.
Here's the next clip. The Sticky centers on a syrup farmer turned criminal after authorities threatened to seize everything she owns. The show acquired much influence from other iconic media, and here director Ed Harrow explains.
You know, Montreal is its own specific little world, just like Fargo does it, and we were heavily reliant on that influence as well as a lot of other sources. I mean, Silence of the Lambs, we talked about a lot, Breaking Bad in some ways. Obviously, we wanted it to be our own thing, but we like to steal from the best.
Anyway.
The Sticky is streaming now on Amazon Prime Video. All right, there you go. That's our entertainment roundup for today, dear friends. We will take a quick break. Don't forget, we have a secret text word today. We are giving away a $50 Keystone Fireworks gift card, and that's for your New Year's Eve celebration. Text the word secret to 39333. You will be in the running for that. And a little later on, we'll start giving away some passes for our Christmas Miracle Live broadcast. Details on the way. We'll be back in just a moment, so make sure you stay with us.
Preston and Steve.
The improv that you have then come to know as.
From Touchstone Pictures, The King's Speech 2.
Is there some of the improv that you have then come to know as?
Oh, my God. Oh. I love that idea. I absolutely love that idea. Pregnant Meghan Markle's sartorial choices.
Yes.
These are clothes?
Clothing, yes.
Okay, sartorial.
It's what she likes to eat at the food court.
Oh, okay. No. Frequently give fans a double take, generally for their stunning elegance. But some are wagging their fingers at the Duchess of Sussex for the skirt that she chose to wear on the final day of her royal tour of New Zealand, Fiji, and so on.
It was a full cooter shot.
Well,
it was up above her waist.
No, it wasn't. She paired a stunning royal blue Givenchy sweater with a sheer blue pleated skirt. So there was some see-through to it.
Well, you know what? She has
She has.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Yeah, I see it. But she has had a higher than they usually like the skirts worn with members of the royal family, but nothing outlandish. Whenever she's out, but she still looks elegant.
You can see the shape of her panties.
Yeah. I mean, that's a little
Does
sheer.
it matter that there are sexy photos of her on the internet to the royal family, do you think? Because, when she did Suits and she did some modeling
There's a whole
stuff,
bunch of it.
Yeah.
And Nick, she had actually just done one prior to this whole...
To meeting Prince Harry?
Yes, and it's excellent.
And the whole family received a portfolio of all of this stuff and said, here's what we're dealing with.
She's a beautiful
If you need me, I'm going to be reviewing these photographs in my chamber.
How long is that going to take?
Fwap, fwap.
That's it.
The fappening.
Wappa wappa.
By the
That's
way,
the royal family version of fap.
why does this all have to rest on her shoulders? Like, why doesn't she have people looking at her going, yo, dude, I can see your panties?
But she makes the final choice.
Yo, dude, I can see your panties.
So the Kardashians won big as well last night. And they had a weird speech. They were trying to thank firefighters and stuff, and they They actually made their win a tribute to the firefighters. And listen, see if you can hash this out. Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
It's been a really rough week in our home in Calabasas, Hidden Hills, and our neighbors in Thousand Oaks and Malibu. Our hearts are broken from the horrific shootings and those who have lost their lives and homes, as well as the hundreds of thousands of us that have been evacuated from the devastating fires that are currently burning. So thank you so much to all of the people that have voted for us. This is such an honor.
Did you make that leap there? Did you make that leap?
Okay.
There's a lot of fire out there, but thank you for voting for us.
Are they dedicating the award?
It gets to that at the end, yeah.
All right.
I'd like to dedicate this win to all of the firefighters, the law enforcement, and the first responders.
Okay, that makes more sense. Okay.
I'd like to thank the people what put out the fires.
Like, it just doesn't seem very genuine ever when it comes from them.
You can see the guys who are really, eating smoke and battling flames up. I got great news, guys! Kardashian win was dedicated to us!
Like, I get to see them sitting around, like, when we win, we should, dedicate to somebody, so it makes us look good.
Listen, I want to tell everyone up there on the mountain, you guys are doing a great job. The Kardashians just donated their win to you on a field source war. I just want to carry that into the fire with you.
That's the chief going on the radio to tell all the guys.
Attention everyone, Kardashians just donated their win on the People's Choice Awards to you. So I hope that inspires you to go marching into those flames and that super heat and that whipped up win. No word on Little Women LA yet.
Yeah. No. So the only reason that I might consider something like that is after grooming in my intimate areas, is that the stubble sucks.
Prespo, I'm waiting. One second, honey.
You get a little itchiness for a day or two.
So what do you use?
When it freshly grows
use
back
an electric shaver?
Yeah.
That's what I use for
electric
safety,
razor.
yeah. And I like to be shorn tightly for that oh-so-porn look.
Uh-huh.
I just don't find it hygienic. I don't want to have a knotted. I don't want to look like the legend of Boggy Creek down there.
I only do it every couple months. Just like, it's getting a little long. So
I mean, I do 100 brushes every night.
Oh, gross.
One second, I'm like Marsha Brady with her hair pressed.
and the stubble's a bitch, but
in the mirror.
That's the only thing I might consider.
So
why I would consider something.
Press, you get your dogs groomed?
Yeah, we do.
All right, so do you have boy dogs?
Do you let them do your crotch?
Well, because I have two male dogs, and they have to shave their peens and their heinies.
Yeah.
Which I've
Did you ask if I avoid the dogs?
No.
I'm sorry. Okay.
No, I was gonna say.
You get thrown off by the peens and heinies.
Do you have a boy or a girl?
We
or
did
both?
the nails, the teeth, and the peens and heinies.
That's the name of the place, Peens and Heinies.
Peens and Heinies.
If you guys been us on 202, it's called Peens and Heinies.
Come on in.
By the way, I heard Casey on the phone with his groomer the other day, and he was like, so I've been told when I bring my dog back that he's not too calm and that we need some extra help.
I had to get
a big dog.
I had to go and get sedatives for him. I had to go to the vet.
Poor thing.
Dude. And what's crazy about this, and Steve, you can probably attest to this, is that dog is the dog that I want to introduce to strangers because he's so lovely and nice and all that stuff. And the other one,
check out that peen.
But the other dog, who will like literally tear a stranger to shreds, is fine at the groomer, right? Like it's like they change personalities when they get. And my cats were the same way at the vet.
I use the service that comes to the house.
Yeah, I should probably have that.
The same lady?
It's Avery.
Yeah, I used her. She was good.
Avery's is great, and they show up, and so the whole deal is they get used to going out of the house, right up, step up into the van, which is parked right by your house, right there, and they get it done because otherwise I don't want to have them have a full-blown seizure. And, man, the peen and hiney is great. My dog is peenless, so it's just hiney.
Yeah.
My female.
Yeah, but so somebody was also telling me that a way to sort of combat that, because it's the hairdryer, is to, like, when he's eating, run a hairdryer next to him while he's eating so he doesn't. I know. He's going to never eat again.
Is this the big dog?
This is the big dog.
Yeah. What's the big dog's name?
Reggie.
Reggie.
That's it,
yeah.
Yeah.
The dog's huge. Dog is huge and thinks it's a lap dog.
That's the black and white one?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's actually not that big. I mean, he's only 74 pounds. Like, he looks bigger because of his fur.
Preston, you have Yorkies.
I know.
That's a huge difference.
They're the doodle variety, so they get really hairy. So you have
we're
to groom
talking
them.
doodle peen.
Yeah.
Doodle Peen. That was a kid show, wasn't it? Doodle Peen?
Hi, I'm Doodle Peen. On today's adventure, we teach you how to shave your ass. Shave it real good. Doodle Peen. Showing you how to groom your genitals.
Doodle peen, I have an issue right behind my testicles.
Well, it's easy. Use fly strips.
And now another adventure with Doodle Peen.
Man, it can get awful smelly down there.
Oh, my God.
Like a filthy whore.
Hey, we're going to wrap this up. We got to start
Wrap it up.
We got to
Hey,
start on
kids,
the road.
tune in next week for another episode of Doodle Peen.
All right. With that, we're going to take a break. Kylie Jenner has been hanging out with Drake.
Oh, great.
This
a month after her split from Travis
This
Scott.
story keeps coming back. Do you think there's something going on between them, or do you care? I'll give you both questions.
Well, I don't care, but most of these stories or most of the comments from quote-unquote sources say that they're just friends. They've known each other for a long time.
I'll tell you what, we talk about the surgical enhancements, and we talk about, the people who overdo it. Whoever, I mean, if you look at Kylie, she's an attractive woman.
Yeah.
And besides the lips, there's she's had a ton of other work done, but nothing where you see all the lines and zippers and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, it's almost like I get mad because it's like you're a billionaire because of what you look like. And that's not what you look like. It's, like A-Rod, is he going to get into the Hall of Fame for baseball because you were juiced up half of your career? So it's almost like your numbers are tainted.
Well, the most clear aspect of the whole hypocrisy of this thing is that what got her over the threshold, what started the Kylie Jenner empire, was the Kylie lip kit, and her lips were surgically enhanced.
Yep. I say to you, Greg.
But
is it an indictment of the country?
I'm wearing Kylie lip today.
Oh, I hate you.
I know.
Why?
That actually looks good.
I told you I bought it. Yeah.
I know.
I got it at Ulta. I tried one color, and I like it. It's pretty good.
You're giving her money.
I want my lips to look good. All right,
Yeah.
get off my back.
Doesn't look like you're wearing anything.
That's
like
Kylie genius.
That's what it is. That's what I got. I got kind of like a neutral color.
She is.
It's like the Emperor's New Clothes.
Yeah.
It's like doesn't even. All right. Anyway, got it.
Without all of the surgical enhancements, she's still an attract. She's Delco hot,
She's
right?
cute. Yeah. He's Delco hot.
Yeah.
I think she's just Delco hot.
Yeah. No, I mean, like, she's not ratting hot.
I see your point.
All right.
Emmy-winning SNL actress Kate McKinnon is set to headline a new series on UCP.
The hell is that? I
don't know.
Is it the Paramount Network?
I don't know.
Is that
the series? It's UCP.
You guys watch UCP?
The series
tonight on UCP.
Is it what the hell?
Where's that sound coming from?
Where's that sound coming from?
You know what it is? It's
What?
we said series and it lit up Siri on my phone.
Where's that
sound coming from? I can't yell that loud right now. My throat hurts too much.
What the?
Well, we have everything you need. Just tell me what you need, and I'll hit it.
All right. Well, how about there's nothing on here.
There's nothing on here.
Thank you. So
Universal Content Productions. It's a it's a division.
We here at
Couple. There we go.
It's the sister station.
Couple. Yeah, couple is the sister station.
MMR.
All right, thank you very much, Kath. A little later on, we're going to do some invites for Christmas Miracle Live broadcast, which is coming up on the 19th at the Colonial Theater in Phoenixville. We're excited about this one. So Nick had passed along some information about a missed encounter.
Ooh.
At the link while tailgating at Lincoln Financial Field.
Yeah.
And apparently there's an article that was written about it that Marissa just brought in to me.
A lot of people messaged me this over Instagram, and I got a few texts about it over the weekend. And it's kind of cool that when these types of things happen, that they think about us, that they think about the show, and that we might be able to help.
Yeah, so this was on a missed connection. I don't know where she posted this. Philadelphia Eagles fan group.
Marissa was saying that there's a Facebook page. In fact, that's the guy who left his wallet at the camp out last week. That she was able to locate him through this Facebook page.
Oh yeah,
Interesting.
We never followed up on that.
Yes.
Marissa found the guy.
Yeah, so there's this Facebook group called Phila Queens, and it goes across like the entire region. Like people will post on there that they have a small business or whatever. I posted that we found a wallet and someone was like, "Oh my God, that's my hairdresser." And I connected with the guy over the weekend. So this girl that the comments started going towards Nick had posted on Phila Queens that she had a misconnection. And so all these queens were like, "You should post it in the Philadelphia Eagles group." So it's kind of where it started, and then it went there, and that's where it blew up in this Philadelphia Eagles group. I guess everyone's behind love happening at an Eagles game.
Yeah.
By the way, that Phila Queens, that's like the new thing that's out there now. There's like Conchie Queens, there's Bucks County Queens. It's like the new site. There were the yard sale sites where everybody would jump on and try to sell stuff. Now this is like for anything. You could
Is this on Facebook?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the reason.
That's why I don't see it.
I'm not.
Steve, it's literally all I do on Facebook now. I go on, I see what the boards, I belong to a Phillies one, an Eagles one, the Queens one.
So the Queens one is like a larger version of the neighborhood.
Like a catch-all?
But it's not selling. You can do anything on there. You can promote your business. People ask questions. Like our friend Kendra is getting married. She keeps asking like, "Hey, who's a good photographer? Where's a good place to have a rehearsal dinner?" You can do anything you want on there. It's just asking other people their opinion.
Guys, sometimes people are like, "I have some leftover Chinese food. Is anyone hungry? Come and grab it." At
right up your alley, Kathy.
Yeah, totally, Kathy.
Yeah, sure, I'll be right
over for your leftovers. I promise you, no spittle got in it, right?
Should I come into your apartment too?
Yeah.
You can lock the door behind me.
It's just a big support group. All the love
All
for the
right.
Queens.
All right, so here's the story. Brenna Collier is her name. She was with friends, and they were coming out of the link, and walking to her car, she had an encounter with a fellow Eagles fan. She said he was getting in the back of a 4-door pickup, Lot S, Citizens Bank Park. He was tall, attractive, and had facial hair and seemed pretty nice.
Hey, Toots!
She was then taken aback. Oh, my God.
Run away.
She was then taken aback when the attractive man stopped her and said, "You are beautiful, and you just need to know that."
Wow.
Yeah.
There's a little bit more than just your standard encounter.
So she said, and in fact, there was a text message that Nick had sent over where she had posted and said, of course, I was shy and a little stunned, so I just yelled, "Thank you. I was so flattered." She says, anyway, I should have stopped and exchanged numbers, but missed my opportunity. By the time I had the guts to turn around, they were driving away. If anyone happens to know a group of 4 or 5 guys that went to the game and drove a darker gray or gold/gray pickup truck with a 4-door type body parked in Citizen lot, please pass this along. Tall, white with facial hair is all she can say to describe
Okay,
the guy.
that obviously is not completely refining it down, but it's giving you some parameters.
She said he got into the second row on the driver's side. Figured with a shot these days, since the apps suck and this never happens, I know this doesn't narrow it down much. And then she posted a picture of her and what she was wearing that particular day. So, you got to wonder if the guy is if he even remembers doing that, or if he did that 50 times that day, or I don't know, or maybe this was legit. Maybe he saw her and it was like a shining moment, and I need to say something to her.
This harkens back to the girl who the guy got up on her shoulders.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that was another one of those things, and then it kind of worked out a little bit. It seemed.
So
yeah.
They dated or went out on a date or something.
I believe.
In the comment section, there's a guy named Jeff Jackson, and he said, I'd recommend emailing Nick on the Preston and Steve show. This has happened before, and listeners are great at sleuthing. Nick at WMMR.com. He's great at responding. Good luck. And then a bunch of people were like, yeah, I came in the comment section to make sure someone suggested this. And so people were tuning in to see if we would talk about it.
Oh, well, we are now.
Yeah, so maybe we can make a love connection, and maybe nothing happens and we go past this part and never return.
God, I remember, and this was in my younger, like, teenage days, like being on vacation and all with my family or something like that, and we're out in Florida or somewhere, and I see a girl and, have eye contact for a moment and didn't have the balls to go over and say anything, and then always wondered, did I miss my shot with that person? Back then I would think that.
Sure,
I'm good to go now.
Yeah, and the same thing.
I hit the jackpot.
Preston, a diner in Texas, visiting my father. We stopped roadside. There was the classic Southern type bell behind the counter, and we had a thing for a second, and I'm like, but I was a dummy, I didn't.
Yeah.
It was obvious, and I'm like,
Dummy's a great word, by the way, for that. I was the same way.
Right.
Same way.
But I mean, obviously, I'm ecstatic now. But in that time, it was like, I wonder.
Yeah.
But what happened? I'd probably have on the front porch of a Texas, mobile home.
Yeah. So I wonder, narrowing this down, this is pretty tough. This is a difficult one. The description's very thin.
So we're looking for a man who attended an Eagles game.
Yeah. Anybody know anybody? A guy who was at an Eagles game?
Who was drunk and yelling to a chick.
Yeah.
Got in a truck. Does that narrow it down?
Yeah, that's a pretty tall order. I don't know if we'll be able to.
But sometimes you light the match and see what happens.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But those encounters. I mean, was it Craigslist had the? What was the one that had the
casual encounters?
Casual encounters.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember when the city paper was around.
Yes.
I used to read that. I don't know if it was missed opportunities or what it was called or whatever, but I always found it kind of entertaining. And it was like, I saw you on the R5.
Yes.
And, I've seen you a couple of times and blah, blah, blah. And this was pre-apps.
Yep.
And internet had not come into its own as of yet. And that was like that was your Hail Mary. You threw it out there and to see if the universe responded.
I'm married now, so I can tell these stories, right?
Yeah.
Or maybe you shouldn't.
Well, no, this is fine. I had one of these once. I walked by somebody at a Sixers game, and I forget I think it was so long ago, maybe before Instagram or DMs. He emailed me. He's like, I think you just walked by. You were kind of cute. And I was like, all right, well, let's go meet up on the concourse and see what happens.
How did he get your email?
Marissa at WMMR.com.
Oh, so he knew who you were.
All
right.
Recognized me.
Okay.
And he was with some friends. I was with some friends, and I was like, look, maybe if it's not me, maybe there's always a friend love connection, which I'm always thinking about.
Well, what ended up happening? How did the date end?
He licked her face.
No.
He left her some cheese.
I actually don't remember. All I remember, the only
Help me find my
story
jam.
I remember was kind of the misconnection. He kind of shot a shot.
Oh.
Yeah.
Where?
It happens. Sometimes it's worth it. Well, exactly what happened to Brenna happens all the time at Eagles games. You're walking through, we're walking to the subway, and somebody yells, yo, you're out.
You hear the call.
Good looking.
Wait a minute. Somebody texted in and said some guy might lie and claim that it was him seeing her pic. Yeah, but she'll know what he looked like.
Yeah,
right.
Obviously, he struck her as something. Not he didn't strike her. But
I'm going to hit you.
And
I like a bitch who can take a punch.
But maybe somebody else goes, hey, I'm not that guy, but I think you're cute. May I ask you on a date?
Oh.
So there you go.
Okay.
Do you guys remember years ago? I think it was the beginning of Facebook. It was very early on for social media for us. And I was at the Mummers Day parade with a group of friends, and we were getting ready to leave. So we'd had a few cocktails.
Yeah.
And we were waiting for the train, and we were taking a group picture. And this girl jumped in our picture. And we still have it. My friends that I that we were with. We still have the picture. This girl jumped in, and I came in on the air the next day or a couple days later, and we were like, who was this girl? Because she was so fun. She just was like lighthearted, having a great time. And we ended up finding her. I forget who she was, but we just found this girl that jumped into our photo.
It's great.
And it pops up as a memory every year. And we're like, that was so much fun.
So you tracked her down?
We did. We tracked her down.
And you guys didn't end up becoming buddies or anything?
No,
Okay.
it was nothing like that. We just I think we sent the picture to her or something like that. But it was just a cute, fun moment.
Yeah.
You know, Case, would you and Diane, that would be one, I mean,
Ours was
right?
a
I mean,
very,
that's
very
a classic.
It was a chance encounter.
A chance encounter.
Essentially what happened. And she was in her car at a red light, and I was standing on the corner. And in the 30 seconds that we got to talk before she had to drive away, I was able to give her my email address.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how that happened.
That's pretty wild.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at text messages to see if we're getting any bites, but no nibbles.
Yeah, because it's threadbare. Like you would remember, like in the case of hoisting a guy onto your shoulders,
right?
It's a little bit more of an interaction.
It's funny because when I was
across a parking lot,
21 years old, my buddies and I, we used to always go to. At the time, it was called Cali, right? Then it ended up becoming RP McMurphy's. But Wednesday nights, it was like $5 to get in, 25-cent drinks. So that was part of the attraction for me was the free drinks. But there was always this girl there. And I always wanted to, and finally, I mean, it took me weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks, but I finally offered to buy her a 25-cent drink.
That is amazing.
And she,
you take the dollar and you go,
yeah.
How about 4?
She declined my offer, but I was like every Wednesday night, I'm like, she's going to be there. She's going to be there. And this is going to be the time I'm going to talk to her.
Dude, that was great, though, even if it was 25 cents or your $5 door cover to get penny drafts.
Yeah.
Like when somebody paid the $5, it was like, oh, my God, thank you. What was I going to say? There's a chance that this guy at the Eagles game was bombed and probably doesn't even remember that it was him.
It's possible. Or like I said, maybe he said it to a lot of people that day. I don't know. But you know what? Brenna just called in on our request line.
All right.
She is on our request line. Let's get her on. Hi, Brenna. Are you there?
I am. Hello. Good morning.
Hey, how you doing, Brenna?
I'm doing well. This is wild.
Are we helping or are we hurting your cause here?
Oh, I mean, I don't think it's helping or hurting. I sort of did this as a joke to start, and now it's just gotten all over the place. So here we are. I'm just going for it.
Yeah. All right. So walk us through this just a little bit. I know I read exactly what happened, but you're on your way to your car. You guys are leaving, and then you hear this guy, or did you see him first?
I heard him first. We were all rushing to our cars, so I was walking quickly by him, trying to get out of the parking lot with thousands of other people at the same time. And I hear someone not scream at me, but yell, and I'm kind of passing him at the time. And I turned and I was like, oh, thanks. And I just kept walking. My friend's punching me, what are you doing? You're never shy. And I don't know. He would have said something. She's like, well, go say something. And I was like, I kept walking. And then when I thought about it, I was like, let me turn around. But they had started to slowly pull away. If I really wanted to chase the truck or him, I definitely could have. We were in a parking lot. No one's moving quickly. But I was like, let's keep walking. She goes, post something. You got to post something. And whenever someone told me to do something, I said, whatever, I'll try it. So I was going to do it for a few hours and maybe remove it, and then went to bed. Woke up to this.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, let me ask you, with the deciding to go ahead and post it, the guy must have been pretty cute, right?
Yeah, he was very cute. But like I said, I was walking quickly. I don't have a ton to describe him. At this point, I don't know if I can narrow it that down. It's kind of giving a sketch to a sketch artist. You really got to think about this.
Right.
I didn't think it was get this big. Like I said, I was just thinking about it for a few hours, and now it's been a few days.
But he was attractive enough, I guess, to make you go,
oh, yeah.
Well, man, maybe I really missed an
opportunity.
something that could have been special here, right?
Right. And I'm always the one turning my friends saying, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. So I'm thinking this to myself as I'm doing this. I said, I can't say this anymore if I don't try it myself.
Okay, right. So listen, and now in retrospect, you've got no take at all. Nobody's giving you any indication, no clue as to who this person might be. So far, not one bite. Correct?
Not really. I mean, I still haven't gotten through all the comments. There's a lot, and I work just like everybody else. So I haven't been able to scroll through everything and respond or see all the messages. There's some people posting he could be married or could be taken, and there's a very good chance that's the case.
All right.
Yeah. All right. So maybe sometimes, I think what we all do is you go, this is one of those things where I didn't react and I missed out on something, but then also it could be the universe working to make sure you avoid a bad situation.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. All right.
But you never know. You never know. So until you actually meet this person.
The romantic side of us wants to say, explore it.
Yeah. So we'll obviously this is making the rounds. You've been on TV. You've obviously it's been posted on some high profile accounts and so on. So we'll throw our net out there and see if we can help you out, Brenna. Okay.
Yeah, why not? You never know what's going to happen. I mean, it might not be him. Might find someone else. But,
that exact thing might happen too.
I had 3 testicles.
That guy could be your guy.
At least I have not had to open dating apps for a few days.
There you go. That's good.
Well, tell us quickly about you, Brenna, if you don't mind. What do you do for a living?
Sure, I sell medical devices like orthopedic implants.
Oh, okay, that's a
metal
good
that
gig.
goes in your body.
Right. And what area of town? You don't have to be too specific, but where are you from?
I live in South Jersey. I work in Philadelphia.
Okay.
Probably in Pennsylvania more than in Jersey at this point.
Okay.
But I go to a lot of Philly sporting events, so I'm always around.
Okay. All right. You know what? If you keep going, any further plans to go to Eagles games this year?
I will be there this weekend.
All right.
Okay.
Park in the same spot.
Park in the same spot. See what happens.
Yeah. Do you have a regular tailgating spot? You don't have to reveal it, but
I kind of just bounce around with some friends to whoever has tailgates going on.
Okay.
We'll bounce back to that one.
All right. Well,
Man, you know what? I'm not really that type of person that goes and follows people. So this is why it's very odd for me to have posted this in the first place. So we will see.
You're stepping outside your comfort zone.
Just
It's all
try
good.
it.
Yeah.
You're doing everything you said you wouldn't do. So I will walk by.
Oh, and buy a taser.
Right? You need them in Philly sometimes.
All right. Well, we'll see if we get any nibbles, Brenna, and we'll let you know. Okay.
Okay, perfect. Thanks, guys.
We wish nothing but the best for you. We hope for the best.
Thank you. Have a good one.
All right, you too. We'll see you later. Bye.
We're romantics at heart.
Somebody texted in, by the way, and said, and this is important. They said, this is, if anything, this is a lesson on how to catcall properly.
Yeah.
And not be a douche.
Don't be an idiot. You can reach out. You can be nice and be and let somebody know that you're attracted to them without being an a-hole about
Well, what
it.
do you mean, though? But I don't think he was. He said
No, he was.
No, I'm saying this is a lesson on how
no
to
one's
do
told
it.
you-
Okay.
As opposed to, yo,
Yeah.
sugar tea.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Bring them milk bags over here, baby.
Nick has learned.
Yeah.
There are
Yeah.
There are good ways to do it and bad ways to do it.
Exactly.
And do not be dressed as a mouse when
Never
you do it.
Don't put on a mouse costume or work at a bookstore.
Nick, what was that other text that was
She
up?
called in.
That was her.
Yeah. No. On line 3.
Yeah. I have no recollection.
All right, let's go to this. Yeah, we definitely have to talk to Lindsay. Hi, Lindsay. You're on the air. Good morning.
Casey,
Yeah.
I am so sorry. I came across as a pitch. I have been thinking about this for probably 15 or 20 years.
Okay.
And I'm like, I should probably apologize to him for feeling like I was rude and cold. But I'm sure you have no recollection of it. But this was like years ago. We were both at a party at Ursinus. And I had friends come up to me and they were like, oh, Casey, he's interested in you. Do you want to talk to him? And I'm like, okay. So you came over. This is embarrassing on your side.
Probably from my side, yeah. But so far, this tracks.
Yeah, right? So you came over and you're like, hey, I'm Casey. I don't know if you listen to Y100, but I'm on the radio. And I was like, okay. But you were really nice, and I just came across kind of as very cold and not very nice. And so I apologize for that. But I listen to you guys every day, and so every day I have that missed encounter. Once upon a time at Ursinus, but you were very sweet.
And listen,
thank you.
Everything worked out the way it was supposed to work out, right?
Were you working at Y100 while you were at Ursinus?
No.
You weren't.
You must have gone back for as a grad student.
Maybe,
a post-grad for a party.
Maybe homecoming or something like
Many
that.
years ago, it was at a party, so clearly probably my mental state and my recollection is not 100% there as far as timeline goes. But I definitely remember Casey.
All right.
All right, Lindsay, do you regret that?
No, the only thing I regret is not being nicer.
Oh,
okay.
There you go.
Well,
That's
there
a
you go.
nice way to approach it.
Okay.
I'm married now. I have 2 kids. Casey, I know
She
you
married
have a
Barsky.
thriving family.
Oh, that's good. Well, congratulations to you and your family.
You too.
There you go.
All right. Thank you, Lindsay.
Have a good day.
All right. See you later.
But she thinks about you all the time.
What could have been?
I will bear his children.
Wouldn't you love to talk to all the people that rejected you and in your dating years?
I do think
See
about
what
the
they're
one,
up to now.
the missed encounters. I met a gorgeous woman on the metro in DC one time, and we hit it off. And this was 1998, 1999. It was, a long time ago in previous chapters in my life, and I didn't do anything about it. And that's what I didn't pull the trigger. I should have said hi. I should have given my number, asked for her number or whatever, and I didn't. And there was something there that I missed.
Besides misconnections like this, do you ever think about old crushes, like when you're junior high,
Yeah.
early, way back when? Because I would crush hard
Do you?
on people.
Yeah.
Sometimes. I'm just curious as to
What's up
whatever
with them?
happened
Right.
to them.
Right.
And hopefully they lived a horrible life because no, I'm kidding. Because most of the time the crush is like I was too afraid to even approach.
Right.
Just my lack of confidence was terrible. But I am curious about the ones that I secretly stalked in my mind. And
I go through the list.
what
Yeah.
ended up happening to them.
It's going to happen.
Yeah.
A friend of mine still thinks of a crush that she had, or maybe like it probably was more like a first love, not a crush, but like what her life would have been like had they stayed together. And
Does the object of this crush still operate within her sphere?
no,
Okay.
and the object doesn't know either.
Really?
And also, she's like married, has kids.
Right.
So he never knew she crushed on him.
Oh no. They dated.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Like,
okay.
but now years later, I mean, they haven't seen or spoken to each other in I don't even know how long, probably 10 years.
Is he one that got away status?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, okay.
But like she's married and still, thinks,
Yeah.
God, what my life could have been.
I want to go to this call real quick. This is Jason talking about misconnections. Hi, Jason. You're on the air. Good morning, bud.
Good morning.
What's up? What's up, buddy?
There we go. Hey, I just wanted to share. So I used to do in-home sales, and as part of the as I was going through it, I would usually ask the couples. I was like, "Hey, how did you guys meet?" And just kind of get to know them a little bit. But my favorite one of all time was a couple, and I asked the question. I was like, "How did you two meet?" And they both kind of looked at each other with googly eyes, and they go, "Do you want to tell? You want to tell?" So the husband goes, he's like, "We were both in Philadelphia. We were riding the bus. It was the only seat, so we ended up sitting next to each other. They talked for whatever time." He's like, "I stayed on the bus for 4 extra stops until I had enough courage to ask her for a phone number. Finally asked her for a phone number. And, 20 years later, they were happily married and all this stuff. But I don't know. I always like that one.
No, that's a great story.
That's out of When Harry Met Sally.
Right, yeah.
When the couples are telling their story. I stayed home for 4 extra stops.
We've been married 55 years.
Yeah.
And then the first date, I touched it.
No, that's a good one. I love hearing stuff like that. Jason, thank you. Appreciate it, man.
Absolutely. Have a great day.
All right, you too. So hopefully, maybe, you never know, Brenna might have a story to tell down the road if they could make this connection happen. I don't know.
We were at the VFW hall. It was a dance. He walked across and said, "Smell my finger."
It was love from there on. Yeah. All right. Well, anyhow.
Smelled like Bisquick.
We'll see if we can. We will see if maybe somebody knows and can help them out. All right, we do need to take a break because we're going to go on Fox Good Day in a little bit. We're checking in with those guys, and I would like to give away, before we do this, some passes to join us for the Christmas Miracle! All right. Thursday the 19th, we'll be broadcasting live from the great Colonial Theater in lovely Phoenixville, Pennsylvania. And I, right now, will take 3 callers who can join us for this. You and a friend get to come with you, I think, right? Yes, they bring a friend. 215-263-WMMR, and you will be in the audience, and we try to make sure everybody gets something that particular morning. This is a thank you to the tried and true listeners of the Preston and Steve Show.
Year 2, and as you said earlier, this is, honestly, we've had wonderful experiences before, but last year, I'm sure this year, it's just perfect. So if you can get out, if you get an invite, we'd love to see you there.
Yeah, so we'll put you on the list, and you never know, you may be called up on stage to play one of our fabulous games, or you may win a prize randomly drawn out of the audience, and no matter what, we're planning on having a good time.
Yes.
Regardless.
They got a blob there.
And by the way, Mr. Peanut got in touch with me. He's going to build our isolation.
Oh, nice.
Really? Yes.
I have to check into him because he did phenomenal work at your house with your deck and stuff like that. The guy, there's nothing he can't do.
Yep.
He could even be run over by a couple of ton peanut and still go on to live a fruitful life.
Absolutely. So he's going to do that for us. So, all right, 215-263-WMMR. Those 3 callers will take you. We'll be back in a moment. We'll get to the bizarre file. We're also going to announce our winner of the spring break trip with PhillySportsTrips.com from Camp Out for Hunger, along with bizarre file, and we'll check in with Fox. Good day. We'll be back in just a moment.
Preston and Steve.
And its sister station, Cup.
Yeah, a couple. Couple. We done?
No.
Okay,
Just give it a minute. Give it a minute.
Couple. Have fun.
And instead of the CNN,
Yeah. Couple.
This is
CNN.
Couple.
This is
Do that, Fred.
By the way, Shake Shack,
Yep.
love their burgers, but I might as well eat them while I'm sitting on the toilet because that's how quickly they go through me.
Just for some particular reason?
Yeah.
Do you get the special sauce?
Dude, so
He makes the special sauce.
I literally ate it one time, and I was driving home. I ate it by Helium. There's one right there.
Oh, no.
And I ate it.
Oh, no.
And I had to race. Oh my God! I'm trying to get home. I was trying to get home.
Yeah.
And it was late. It was probably like 10, 11 o'clock at night.
I can make it.
And by the time I got to about Route 1 on 76, I was like, there's no way I'm going to make it. So let me get to the radio station. Quick.
Oh.
Stat, right?
Yeah.
Got to the radio station. Couldn't make it to the 4th floor. I had to dump by outside next to the...
Dude, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Did you take a dump?
You crapped outside of the building?
I had to.
How long ago was this?
This morning.
God.
Kathy,
I
it was either that or in my pants. What do I do?
Sometimes I don't know.
Right? So I had to do it next to the...
Couldn't you at least pick a competing station?
Yeah. Well, no, because
I'm also just so open to tell the story. It's amazing.
Oh, not right away. I had to wait a couple of years before the security footage was deleted. You know?
Hey,
Gav!
More FM's right over there.
Right.
Well,
Q102 is right down the street.
Q102 is down the street. You crap there.
Oh my God.
The story does get a little bit better.
Funny.
How?
How could it?
Ow.
But could you have imagined had he been stopped at another radio station simply because it was an emergency?
Yes. Right.
Local broadcaster in a clear attempt.
Like a superintendent of a school.
Right, exactly.
Right?
He would have been raised to heroic levels here.
Now, how does the story get better?
Oh, man. I think I'm just going to end it there.
No. You started down the path.
Just say it quietly so we can't hear.
All right, I'll just whisper it.
They're not listening.
So,
Yeah.
So I had to
smeared it on someone's car.
I had to leave it there in the grass.
Yeah.
I couldn't take it with me.
Right.
Oh, you didn't want to take it with you?
No. I couldn't. So what ended
Take
up.
your dog for a walk.
So,
I left it there.
All right. So a little bit did end up in my underpants. So I had.
That was just like a bingo.
So I had to put. Luckily I had. Nobody can hear this, right?
Right.
All right.
Good.
So luckily I had all these T-shirts in the back of my car.
Did you fashion a makeshift underwear?
I literally wore a pink T-shirt as underwear on the drive home. Oh no! It gets better. Okay, so then I'm on my way home and I'm thinking, dude, there is like T-shirts and poop and all this stuff next to the building. All right, so I can't like if security goes and they see that on Monday, they're going to go, well, who pooped here?
And look at security.
And they're going to look at security and they're going to see me like all ashamed, crouching next to my car. So on Monday, I came back to work with a giant trash bag and I had to like collect it all.
Oh my God.
And then throw it in the dumpster.
So he cleaned his spot.
Yeah, I cleaned my spot.
hate you.
I hate me too, Kathy. When I got home,
And this was all because of what?
freaking Shake
Guys.
Shack.
Oh, Shake Shack.
No, not Five Guys. Don't you? talk
They're
bad about-
fine.
Yeah, they're fine.
Where in the building was it? Did this-
On the over
By
at
the loading dock.
docks.
Well, you unloaded.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I had to go. What's that?
Why didn't you come inside?
He couldn't get in.
I couldn't make it. I couldn't make it. I do. Believe me. I'm not. This is not a proud moment here, Kathy.
Though you would assume it could have been a proud moment.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm glad you came back, and that's noble.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it wasn't necessarily noble. It was self-preservation.
The last thing you wanted is that footage to end up. But what's worse, the footage of you doing it or the footage of you collecting it back up in the bag?
They watched both and they were like, okay, well, he came back and cleaned.
You know, we'll erase this.
All right, so you should eat your hamburger upside down.
On the toilet.
That's what we got.
That's all. That's all I noticed. I didn't. There's
notice.
That's it. I can't top that.
No, it ends there.
I will not be able
like
to.
a derailing train.
Right.
So nobody heard that, right?
Nobody heard that. So let me go to here and more broken ribs. I have. It says Walper. Is your name Walper?
Walter.
Honestly, wouldn't you at least say
Walper?
Is this Judge Wapner calling in?
You got a nickname now, Walter.
Oh my God!
Yeah, you hear what happened to old Walper.
That's not even a mistype. I'm looking at the T and the P are like nowhere near each other on the keyboard.
Name's Walper.
Let me get that straight. Your actual name is Walter. And what happened to you? So what happened to you, Walter?
All right. Well,
all right.
I've broken my hand.
Yeah.
I've fractured all my ribs.
Were these fights over your weird name, Walper?
It's not my name.
His guy's name's Walper. I'm gonna punch you.
But at least you got a great nickname today.
Walper.
Well, hang in there, brother. Okay.
From Touchstone Pictures, the inspiring story of a man named Walper. I've seen him. He's got some medical issues, but the worst thing is his name is Walper. And then a young therapist came into his life. Hi, I'm Kathy Romano. We're going to change that P to a T.
Simple as that.
And then his life turned around.
I'm the head of a Fortune 500 company. And I can do the saber dance.
That morning show's not making fun of me anymore.
Oh, man. A little while back, I had this idea. If we were to cast WMMR, the movie,
Yes.
who would play who? And we
That's
went
right.
down a list of people, and we had people suggest, and we eventually narrowed down the cast of the WMMR movie.
What celebrities would play?
Exactly. And playing our program director, Bill Weston, John O'Hurley was the overwhelming
you were
I am-
the overwhelming choice.
Yes.
Well, that's interesting. I was hoping he'd have higher standards.
So to understand Bill Weston, he has a bit of your delivery. He is somewhere between Peterman and Ted Knight. So and that would be right, and that would be the deal. So
we figured we'd come up. Actually, Steve did come up with some lines that might be indicative of Bill.
These are things that he has said in various forms.
And we're calling this the Bill Weston story. Soup. There it is. He hates soup. It's a long story.
So a lot of this is very inside.
Do we have any soap opera music, which would?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, perfect.
Okay. If you wouldn't mind, give us a couple of Bill Weston lines. That'd be wonderful.
Here we go.
Okay.
Preston, try to refrain from mentioning on air that you occasionally use Band-Aids. It makes you sound privileged. I just saw the most amazing thing while driving in today. Firefighters were collecting donations at various intersections. Is that a Jewish thing? So last night, I was jarred awake from my slumber by a horrible nightmare. Both Preston and Steve were there in the studio, sitting on horses and eating soup. What say we file that one under who gives a crap? Oh, that recently widowed quadruple amputee was a terrible guest. She didn't bring the ha-ha.
Perfect. And last one.
On today's show, you had the Pope driving in a go-kart, you solved the John Benet Ramsey case, and you raised Kurt Cobain from the dead. I'd give it a C+.
I couldn't have asked for better.
My God, that was absolutely perfect.
I am nothing like that. All of that stuff is taken out of context.
My God, it's like looking at
It's like, by the way, the interview, I'll give it a B+.
B+.
No, that was terrific. Thank you very much for playing along with it. Absolutely. I don't know. You're reading
gold. It's gold, Jerry. It's gold.
All right. We're going to have to probably pay a retainer to use that. So no drops. We're not going to use those as drops. But thank you very much. That was a great interview.
By the way, who was the singer who did that ghastly song, Pina Colada?
Oh, Rupert Everett. Or wait.
Rupert Murdoch.
Rupert Murdoch.
No, it was Rupert.
Rupert Everett, wasn't it?
I think
Not
you're
the
right.
guy from Harry
No, Rupert
Potter?
Everett's an actor.
Yeah.
Who the hell am I thinking of?
That's Harry
I'm way off.
Oh, don't play it. Oh, it makes me ill.
Caught
love
in
this
the
song.
rain.
I detest
What's his, Rupert
every
Holmes.
second of her
Holmes.
Rupert Everett is the actor.
I rarely would beat up on a song. This song makes me want to vomit. Oh, stop it!
In the dunes of the Cape.
Wait, why do you hate it so much?
It's hideous. It's first of all, he says, my lady. You know, my lady. We got some problems with my lady, my old lady. You know, and then I'm going to look in the newspaper and hook up some chick. And
This would definitely be yacht rock.
The same my lady, and the same chick is hooking up with me that I was trying to get away from.
I'm just surprised because it's very Buffett-esque, and
It's
you
not
are such a
Buffett-esque.
huge
It's
Buffett
ghastly.
fan.
It's ghastly.
Actually, Jimmy Buffett has said this is a perfect song.
He has not. He has not.
Pierre, it's all rock and roll.
See?
Yeah, isn't it all rock and roll? Isn't it all rock and roll?
All right.
Oh, man.
Turn myself against me. Turn.
It is about having an affair. Like he's trying to set up an affair, and his wife is trying to set up an affair.
Rock and roll.
When you listen to the lyrics,
this crap.
it's pretty messed up.
All right.
That's the great thing about rock and roll.
I'll stand.
You're into, as long as it's not Rupert Holmes, because that's crap.
See, the danger on this program is to reveal any vulnerability, and then it will be immediately seized on by the rest of the masses on the Preston and Steve compound complex, and then, but not just once, they'll save it in that file, and then when you least expect it, pull it out.
Well, you know now this will be something for you for a while.
Yes.
And then you'll be able. There was a second though Rupert Holmes song. Yes, there was. Besides the Pina Colada song. Do you remember that, Preston?
Dry Martini?
I don't know. Nick's going to have to look
Do
it up.
check, yes.
Something called Him, Steve? I don't know that.
Yeah. Sing it, Nick.
But it came out in 1980. Pina Colada came out in 1979, so it was right afterward. But
Maybe.
he was that was a hit single.
It's
apparently.
him.
By the way, you just said pina, and I've heard that that's technically the way you say the drink, pina colada.
Pina colada.
Although I always used to say pina colada, but he sings pina colada. If you like pina colada,
It's actually piñas. Yeah, and
when you have more than one.
I hear pina colada. Hang on. Let's
Here,
listen.
let's play it.
Oh no!
Here we go.
What have I done?
I hear pina.
Do you?
Yeah.
All right.
you're just looking for reasons to hate it.
It's
Yeah, he
actually
is.
it's a letter. It's a letter in the Latino alphabet. An Enya.
Yeah.
Is that actual.
And
letter.
also, she was an old
like
rock
Enya.
She
darling.
was. Yeah. She.
Orinoco Flow.
That's right. That was Enya. I forgot about that. Oh my God.
All right. On my program today,
That song is bizarrely hypnotic too, isn't it?
Which one?
Orinoco Flow.
Oh yeah,
I love that.
Yeah. All right. I'm sorry, Pierre. Thank you, Kathy. So we got about 30 seconds, and we'll check in with Mike and Karen today from Good Day Philadelphia on Fox 29. We gave away some passes just a little while ago for Christmas Miracle. I will remind you that there is a pre-party that you can win passes there as well, Friday from 8 to 10 at McGurk's in Horsham. And so that'll be, 8 to 10. Then Saturday, it will be Marissa at Bricket Lounge in Westchester. So your chance to win tickets, and also they have specials on Miller Lite, obviously. So make sure you stop by those locations and see if you can walk away, because we'll be giving away tickets like every 15 minutes or so. All right, we will hear music any moment now, and that means that we are about to go live on Fox Good Day and check in. And there it is.
Okay, Preston and Steve, let's start guessing who on their crew at MMR would buy a gift for themselves when they're out Christmas shopping for others.
Kathy.
I think Kathy. Let's go right to Kathy.
Karen goes right to the heart.
Well, yes, it's like one gift for you and one for me. You can't but help but find, especially if it's like a good deal. I'm not just going to go, and if I find something that's a good deal and it's for myself and I'm out holiday shopping, absolutely, I'm getting it.
How many times have you gone shopping?
Is it clothing?
Mike, it can be anything. It's clothing, it's jewelry, it's makeup.
Anything.
Yeah.
It can be a handbag, shoes. But it's usually never full price, usually.
That's girl math. Yes, it's on sale.
Wait, I've actually made a joke and put it in a gift bag and put it under the tree. And then I'm like, what did Santa bring me?
Love that.
Oh my
Preston?
God. To Kathy from Kathy.
Yes.
Preston, do you buy for yourself?
Always, yeah, without question. And it's almost by accident, because I'm a terrible shopper, and as I'm heading around looking for gifts for other people, my eyes just go to stuff that I want to get. I have a hard time putting myself in the mind of another person and what would they like, So I always end up getting stuff for myself. Although this year I'm ahead of the game. I've done better than I've ever done any year of purchasing gifts. Actually,
Good for you.
I only
What
buy
do
for
you
my
normally
wife. That's
get?
it. She buys for the rest of the family. I didn't hear.
Steve?
Okay. The bit of delay. So I go with a targeted list. So I usually go in and get that stuff. Doesn't mean I won't submit to seeing something that I might want and get it. But I'm pretty surgical when it comes to knocking off everything on the list, because I do have a running list throughout the year to get all the gifts. But yes, how can you not? But the thing I'm curious about with Kathy is if she goes in with the intent of shopping for someone else and never buys for them and just herself.
I mean, sometimes that happens. I try. I'm out holiday shopping.
Well, it makes sense. You're drawn to what you like. So one for them and one for me as it goes.
Oh, my God.
So thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you. Sorry, we had to make
see
it
you
quick
guys
today.
But I have this year. I've done better than ever before.
All
I don't know
right.
why. It just worked out, and I'm thankful. It's not going to happen.
You buy just for Rochelle, correct?
That's it.
Okay, so I buy basically the same situation because of the compacted post camp out stuff, and she's has a whole bunch of stuff. We made the agreement to kind of buy a lot of stuff together because we know what each one wants.
Mm-hmm.
We'll wrap it and put it under the tree. The gift will be the lack of panic of the holiday shopping,
Yeah, Rochelle does the purchasing for the rest of the family because I just suck at it. That's all.
Yeah.
It's the bottom line. This is not any good at it. Never have been good at it. I've spoken to therapists about it.
About not being good at
About
buying
my
gifts?
anxiety around this time of year, and it solely exists because of the gift purchasing requirement.
You literally
expectation.
need to, if it's, again, liberate yourself from that anxiety because it's counterproductive. I'm not saying you specifically. I'm saying in general, a lot of people fall prey to what if. The time will come. It'll pass. You can, it's. Don't let it destroy the joy of the season, and a lot of people do, and it can just eat your soul.
And it
worrying.
Has. It has. You guys, you joke around that I'm a Grinch and everything. This is the main reason I don't like it.
Well, okay, so
it's not that I don't like people don't want to get things for them. I just don't know what to get.
And
Okay,
you
so
don't
I
want to
have a
disappoint.
Yeah.
I have a tip for you. I'm part therapist, and I'm not sure if your therapist recommended this or not. And Steve, I believe you do this. And so tell me if you do. And it's just a little bit of energy it's going to take you. but throughout the year.
Shut up.
No, listen, if
I know.
she mentions something, take your phone out and stick it in notes. You'll go, and that will be the best gift you'll ever give her because she'll say she wanted something and 6 months later, she'll completely forget about it.
Kathy,
and you can go to and when you give it to her, she's going to be so excited.
What's number 2 on my notes app?
Gift ideas. Yeah. So do
I
you
know.
do that throughout the year?
It's year round, Preston, and I swear to God, it works. It's walking past the store and seeing something that she's like, "Oh, that's kind of nice." It helps.
I'm not anti. I've tried it.
Don't yell at me. I'm trying to
You
help.
try to write little notes down.
Yeah.
Like if you're out, you start- or she,
What made this year so successful?
I don't know.
Okay.
She told me exactly what she wanted.
You bought it.
Okay. So to
But you
that point,
keep ideas,
I
right?
do.
See,
I do.
yeah, I knew you
I
did
also
that.
keep a list from years past.
I do too. I have it. I have Nick. I have
You
one
have
on here
ideas?
too. Yes, I have a Christmas list on here year round. In fact, there was an app I had called Santa's Bag.
So just go buy something from that list. Don't
but
let it
I-
stress you out.
No.
What?
I don't do it at the time. I don't notice these things. I don't see these tells at the moment when I'm supposed to be writing them down.
Okay.
Oh, I should know that they wanted that.
Dr.
you know?
Ginsburg, Mr. Elliott's on line 5. He has a panic situation.
Yes.
Or but even I would love to see Stomp. I've never seen that.
I know. That
And you
stuff,
don't-
that
it doesn't
stuff
click,
It
write it
doesn't
down?
click. It's easy for you guys. It's not easy for me. So, all right.
And therein lies the stress, and therein is the reason that your holidays get ruined.
Yeah, so screw Christmas. That's my...
All right, Grinch. All right, Grinch.
I recommend this every year to you, Preston, man. One of these years, you just be like, "Hey, guys, our present for all of us, and I'm treating, we're going away."
Yeah.
You know?
I've tried.
Wanted to do that.
I've been wanting to do that.
I know.
Nobody wants to do it. They're soon. They're of the age where I think they might consider that.
Don't ask them.
Here's my present. You're going away.
Yeah.
Yes, pack your bags. We're leaving tomorrow morning.
Yep, I would love to do that. Okay, I didn't mean to dive into Let's Fix Preston, but let's now do the bizarre file. Here we go.
WMMR presents Preston and Steve's Bizarre File.
All right, and I by the way, I appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Yes.
Very much appreciate you guys. All right, brought to you by Red Robin. They've got holiday gifts all wrapped. You can give the gift of yum with a $30 Red Robin holiday gift card and get a $5 bonus buck reward for you now through December 31st. Red Robin, yum. So a witness has revealed the final words of an Australian man who died after jumping over a shark net at a popular Gold Coast beach. Emergency services attended the scene at the Paradise Point Parklands on Sunday afternoon after the man failed to resurface. The man's body was recovered after police searched for 4 hours from the air by boat and with divers. So 29-year-old Jake Brown made the fateful decision to jump over the barrier, which sits close to the beach and forms a swimming enclosure at the recreation area. Hundreds gathered at the beach to beat the heat on Sunday and witnessed the frantic search. One witness said he saw Brown and a friend sitting on the net's float before Brown told his mate, and I quote, "Hold my beer."
Oh, come on.
And then jumped over the edge. And he said, "I said, stop. You could see what was going to happen." The witness said that Brown quickly was taken by the current, surfaced briefly before being dragged underneath the net, and then he was dead. But he literally said those words, "Hold my beer," which are famous last words.
Man.
So, sad news there. All right, here's a follow-up story. It's a little complicated, and I'm not going through the entire story. But I told you guys about this a while back. A Kentucky judge who was gunned down in his chambers by a local sheriff.
Remember this story, yeah.
Apparently was allegedly, this is according to court documents, was allegedly running a brothel out of his courtroom, according to a witness from a separate criminal case, with her claim being played up as a compelling defense for the shooting in court. The alleged witness, Sabrina Atkins, told police in an audio recording he does have some videotapes of some stuff in the judge's chambers.
Some stuff.
This is from a criminal case involving one of ex-sheriff Sean Stein's old deputies, a guy named Ben Fields, who was convicted and sentenced this year to 6 months in jail and nearly a decade of probation for rape, sodomy, perjury, and tampering with a prisoner monitoring device. So, according to this witness, Adkins said, "Just with the girls, sexual and stuff. I've seen one party, him," meaning Fields, the deputy, "having sex with girls with for their bail. for them to get out of jail. Ben and some just higher-ups up there. Atkins, a defendant who was placed on house arrest, claimed in the audio recording that the footage she saw showed slain U.S. District Judge Kevin Mullins having sex with a woman in exchange for special treatment. She filed a federal lawsuit in January 2022, and Steins, a close friend of Mullins for roughly 3 decades, had just been deposed in the ongoing case on September 16th, 3 days before the shooting. She said, "I seen Judge Mullins having sex with a girl in the judge's chambers."
Could you read that back?
I seen. Atkins told police during the investigation, and now noting how she had sex with Fields once in the office as well.
Man.
Atkins outlined that she allegedly went through a complaint in her civil suit saying that Mullins' chamber served as a secret haven for Fields and others due to the fact that there weren't any surveillance cameras present. She said Fields allegedly took off Atkins' ankle monitor and told her that she wouldn't have to pay the associated fees any longer, but could remain out on home incarceration if she performed sexual favors for him. This was the deputy.
The deputy's conducting all this activity in the judge's chambers?
Some of this.
Okay.
Now, I don't know about that.
All right.
But she says she saw the judge actually having sex with somebody.
Man.
So the plot has thickened on this one, and we'll keep an eye on it for you and see how much of that comes out in testimony. All right. Nigel Richards is one of the all-time great Scrabble players.
Absolutely.
He has a natural ability to memorize reams of words in no time, which makes him particularly well-suited to win international Scrabble competitions in languages that he can't even speak.
That's amazing.
Is how he was able to win a Scrabble championship tournament in Spain without being able to speak a lick of Spanish.
That seems almost impossible.
This isn't the first time the Tiger Woods of Scrabble, which is a real nickname of his, has done this. Back in 2015, he won the French language Scrabble championship, and he does not speak French at all.
What does he attribute his ability to?
He won that one the same way he won the Spanish one. He just memorizes a ton of words in whatever foreign tongue that he needs to win a championship in the language homeland. Essentially, he has a photographic memory.
Right, yeah.
And what makes his ability to memorize these foreign language words all the more impressive is the compressed amount of time he can do it in. When he won his French Scrabble championship, he learned all the French words he needed to win in only 9 weeks. What helps is that he doesn't have to learn the meanings of the words. He just needs to memorize the words as letter combinations that he can fit into a Scrabble board to maximize his point totals. He is unburdened with context of the language and only sees words as letters with little point values on the bottom right. That's crazy.
It's an amazing way to process.
Yep, but he is like an all-time champion because of that. All right, let me do one last story. We'll wrap it up with this one. While traveling to Australia with the intention of going to clown school, 30-year-old American Liliana Goodson got sidetracked by customs officials. It seemed that the 24-karat gold-plated 1911 pistol she was carrying with her didn't go over well with security.
Did it shoot out a sign that said bang?
Reportedly, when Goodson was asked if she had any prohibited items with her, she said she didn't. And then she was asked, "What about the gun in your bag?" To which she replied, "Oh, yeah, I forgot about that." And then
she is a clown.
There was the search through her phone, which revealed searches like, "Can I put a gun in my suitcase?" And a calendar entry note that said, "Put gun in suitcase."
Don't forget gun in suitcase.
Goodson was sentenced to a year in jail by a city court, but only 4 months will be spent in physical custody.
Oh, man. Are they going to take it well to this at the clown school?
Maybe. And there you go. That's what I have in the bizarre file for you this morning. All right, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back in just a moment. Oh, wait a minute. Stop. Hold on.
What's going on?
I told you all we were going to announce the winner of our Philly sports trips.
Yes.
So we need to do that.
That scared me.
It was my accidental hit.
At Camp Out for Hunger, we had every single person that stopped by to donate food if they wanted to sign up for an amazing prize. And this is a trip to join us at spring training this coming season for a trip with PhillySportsTrips.com. Now, I'm looking at this. Casey, where's the name? Oh, thank you very much. I'm like, well, I know we have a winner. I want to get the name right. So anybody who donated was qualified to win this, and we randomly chose a winner, and we now have a name to present. Joining us at spring training with PhillySportsTrips.com will be Kevin Mong of Blackwood, New Jersey.
Yeah! Kevin Mong.
Yeah, Kevin, you are set up, my friend, and trust me, the people at Philly Sports Trip, Vince and company, they will take care of everything you need.
Not a consideration. All you do is have a great time, and you will.
Yeah, the events, the parties, the live broadcast, the games, all that. You have an itinerary. It's covered. Your hotel, your transportation.
Love it.
Everything is taken care of, Kevin. So you, sir, I guarantee you're going to have a great time on this trip. So thank you. And like we said, anybody who donated anything, he had donated 159 pounds of food.
Nice.
And got registered and won. So congrats. Kevin Mong of Blackwood, New Jersey, you are our winner. We still have to announce the high school that won from Camp Out for Hunger, the $5,000 from College Ave. And we're going to do that tomorrow morning from what I've been told. So hang tight. All right, we're going to take a quick break. We'll come back in just a moment. So stay with us. We will return. Why is this not playing?
Preston and Steve on 93.3 WMMR.
We try to capture.
Try that again, Enya. Sorry.
That's rock and roll.
That's Orinoco.
Wow. I like the first one better.
One more time. We're going to have to go again. I love that. They're in the booth telling her she's got
And you can sing it again.
In the land of peace.
Oh my God.
Let's do that again, Enya.
You don't want to leave it in? I just coughed up a manatee.
God. Someday yodeling's going to come back.
It will be. It's all rock and roll.
Yeah.
It is. Yodeling is rock and roll.
Except for Rupert Holmes, who is the biggest cancer in music. A tumor that needs to be excised. I wish him unending misery.
Where did he go? He's on the floor.
You killed him.
I'm so
Whatever you're
surprised he
into.
hates it.
I don't hate. I don't love it. I don't
Any
embrace
kind
it.
of country rock, except for Rupert Holmes, who stinks so badly. He taints everything he touches. Like a plague he is on music.
There goes my peace and love.
Yeah, what do you mean you don't hate? You just tore him apart.
I take it all back.
By the way, somebody texted and said I would listen to an entire show of Steve doing cough takes and famous songs. Okay. I'll leave you with one more thing.
If you like
Rage on and have a great day, gang. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye. Please welcome the one and only Mr. Mickey Hart.
Yay!
All right. Morning,
Okay. Wow, I love the way you did that.
Well, thank you. I love the way you're
That was really great. You had rhythm. You had rhythm.
See?
Thank you.
You know,
Who could ask for anything more?
let's get right into that. I love that you love rhythm so much. It's a huge part of your life.
It's everything.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not melody and it's not harmony, but it certainly is rhythm.
You were exposed to percussive instruments and rhythm early on. Your dad was well known and well respected. And
I wouldn't go that far.
He was a musician?
He was a musician?
Okay.
I wouldn't go that far.
Oh, really? All right.
But he did dabble.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
More
And
than
then,
dabble,
and then
actually.
you were working in a you had a job and you were it was
I had a job once.
a jazz club
Once.
Yeah.
A long time ago. I can't remember having the last time I had a job. Just thinking,
You don't call this
just
a
thinking
job?
of the idea of having to have a job just gives me the willies. I mean, what would I do with the job? Oh my God.
You wouldn't be a 9-to-5 guy working the cubicle.
No, I doubt it. But if I had to, I would.
You would.
Yeah, but I don't have to, and I won't.
Yeah.
But so you don't view what you do as a job?
Oh
work.
no, it's a service. It's a service industry. I mean, that's what music is all about. You know, you provide a place where people can come and have an emotional moment,
Right.
and ritualize. So, Yeah, I know, and I think it's very profound, and I'm very, what should I say, honored or
Yeah,
blessed
sure.
or whatever you want to call it, to happen to fall into this universe as a percussionist or a drummer. To be able to do that is,
But maybe even
it's a
people.
good thing.
But people who are maybe in the same situation as you, viewing it as a job, the fact that you don't view it as you view it the way you do.
It's not easy, but it's not like a job. It's like when I get up in the morning, the first thing I do is think of, the new day and what kind of new rhythms there are in it and how I can interpret that. And that's what musicians do. They interpret, society and whatever, you've seen or whatever it is, and they lay down that groove. And every 5-10 years you find a new groove and you work at it. Yeah, you do work at it, but you work at play. You work to play.
Sure.
You have to keep your skill up. I play every day 2-3 hours.
Do you?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Are you kidding? Absolutely. In order to get up there and do what I do.
Yeah.
I mean, it's an athletic event. It's not like lounge drumming and stuff. This is the power stuff.
Well, speaking of reinventing and finding new grooves, I want to ask you about John Mayer because he's been with the band and touring with you guys for a stretch now. And I think a lot of people initially dismissed him as poppy and not the really great, incredible guitarist that he is. And from my perspective, he seems like the perfect fit for the Dead because he holds you guys in reverence, but he can also hold his own. What are your impressions on John?
John's a sharpshooter.
Yeah.
He's a gunslinger, as it were. And his guitar, he's beautiful. He plays great. He fits perfectly in the band, and he's a nice guy. I mean, I know he has this reputation and all that stuff, but I've never had a moment of weirdness with him. He's just a very pleasant person to be around, and he plays his ass off.
Before he was a star, he played in the conference room down the hall in these offices. And I went to see his show that night, and one of his strings broke during the performance. He tuned the guitar to itself and kept it. He didn't miss a beat. And right then, I knew this guy had it, and I was so impressed by his ability.
I'll tell you when I knew he had it was one day when he was just joined the band, and I had gotten him into this droning things, feeding back, getting a little crazy. And so during the drums and bass part, he got down on his knee and he put the guitar into the speaker and he started feeding back. And I was looking at him and I was saying, oh, okay. So I walked around to the front of the speakers, sat down right next to him, and I had on one hand I had what do you call it, lighter fluid.
Yeah.
And the other hand I had a Bic.
Okay.
And so he looked at me, I looked at him, and I went like that. And for a minute, I thought he was
going to do it.
And then so he took it. He did take it while he was feeding back, and he put he put the Bic on his amplifier, and he took the lighter fluid and used it as a slide. And so he played slides without
He
lighter
didn't go
fluid.
full Hendrix on you.
And I said, John, you were going to do it, weren't you? And he said, I was really thinking about it, but the guy who makes my guitar is in the audience. So I couldn't do it. He almost lit his guitar on fire, so I knew right then he was okay.
Wow.
I was wondering if you had watched the Grateful Dead documentary that was on Amazon and what your thoughts are.
No.
It was very, very in depth.
Oh God, it was just awful. I just did not like it.
You didn't care for it.
It was just a one-sided affair. It was not for me, and it really didn't show the Grateful Dead in its totality. It was more like a Jerry, whatever that is,
face on
memorial thing or whatever.
Okay.
He was trying to do, but it wasn't really. It didn't have the heart of the Grateful Dead.
Okay.
That's for sure.
There's been a lot done about it.
They made me watch. Oh, I watched it once.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just to say I didn't like it. But that's it. I didn't see it at the premiere. Me and Bob and Bill, we went out and had dinner.
Yeah.
While they showed the movie.
That's funny.
We came back right at the end when they all started. And we go, okay.
Thank you.
I wanted to ask you about some of the things that you do like. I was listening to the concert in Paris, 1974, this morning.
Yeah.
What was it besides the United States? What was your favorite country to play in?
Oh, Jesus, that's a good question. I think that I can't answer that question because they're all good when you play good. You know, every country is the same. If the music is played well and we have a great time, France is great, England's great, Germany, it's all good if we play well. If we don't play well, the city sucks.
This place,
we blame it on the city.
Blame it on the city.
Of course, Franklin Port.
I also, as a fan, I there's an ebb and flow to the way I listen to your music, and so recently I flowed back to I guess I ebbed back to I ebbed back to studio albums. Do you I don't know if you ever listen to your own music.
No,
but do you have a favorite studio album?
Yeah, I would have to say it would be, it was half studio and half live. It was called Anthem of the Sun. I think it was our second record, back to 3,000 years ago.
Yeah.
And that was probably my favorite. American Beauty, Working Man's Dead. They were nice, fuzzy, warm.
See, my first album I ever bought was Mars Hotel, so I automatically go back to that one. And Unbroken Chain.
We were never very good in the studio. We never could cage the animal in the studio.
When did you realize that? It seemed to be early on.
Yeah, well, we thought we could make, no one knew how to make a record. But I mean, we didn't know how to make anything. We were just musicians at the time, and we weren't really savvy on the studio. No one had a studio.
Right.
Now I have a studio. Everybody has a studio. So we just weren't producible. There was too much anarchy in the band. Too many people wanting to do... they had strong opinions of it. So, and we never really liked it in the studio with the four walls. It was too captivating. We were like a captive in the studio. And we never really made a great record.
You guys had a pop explosion in the late 80s when you hit with Touch of Grey and Hell in a Bucket, In the Dark. Was that fun? Was that cool? Was it neat seeing a whole bunch of people who maybe had not been turned on? You always had legions of loyal fans, but here all of a sudden, boom, you had fresh music. And the tour was gigantic. Was it fun?
Oh, yeah, it was fun, but it wasn't quite like that. Okay. What happened was we were already playing stadiums at the time. That was in 87.
Yeah.
So instead of playing 1 or 2 days at the stadium, we were playing 3 days at the stadium.
Yeah.
So it really didn't affect us much. We just...
You guys were touring sold-out shows anyway.
We didn't feel it, which we were playing stadiums. And,
yeah, but you know what? I found out about you guys because of Touch of Grey. There was a music video. I was young at the time, so so you guys had a music video, so you were totally reaching an audience. That,
we never did the videos or anything. We never did a single. So we weren't really part of the music industry. We never played that game, and if we lived by the single, we would die by the single. If we didn't have a hit.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
It's funny because I remember becoming aware of the Grateful Dead, through the iconic artwork that was associated with the band.
Yep.
What's that about? What's that about? So that predates obviously videos, but still a visual medium brought me into the awareness of the music, which is very cool.
Exactly. It mirrored the music. In the old days, how that started was these artists would come to the shows, and we were all getting high.
All right, thank you, Kathy. The doctor has been out for a while. We have not been to the Just Saying Institute in a couple of weeks. And so I thought it might be worth taking a trip.
The Just Saying Institute, home of the Preston Elliott Christmas gift shopping rage room.
I need it. There have been some interesting studies that were done, and this one I found really interesting. A total of 11 cases of werewolf syndrome.
Oh, yeah.
Have been identified in babies across Europe, and they're saying it's due to exposure to a hair loss medication used by their parents.
Wait, remind me, what's the werewolf syndrome?
It's hair in places that normally you don't grow hair.
Okay.
So according to a report, it's called hypertrichosis.
Yes.
Which is commonly referred to as werewolf syndrome. It is a rare condition characterized by the abnormal growth of excessive hair in areas other than the scalp.
There were twins who were part of the Barnum and Bailey circus when they had sort of a quasi-freak show. And they had this, and they had it. They were called like wolf boys. And so everywhere that you normally wouldn't go hair, Kathy, you go hair.
Wow.
This hair growth may cover the entire face and body, or appear in smaller, localized patches. Jojo the dog-faced boy.
Jojo the dog-faced boy,
famous one. The report found that a number of babies affected by this syndrome had a parent who was using a treatment containing minoxidil.
Minoxidil, which is, I think, was that the first to the gate as far as hair restoration?
Got me.
Rogaine?
I remember Rogaine. I remember the name minoxidil. I have no idea the lineage in which came first.
Number one choice, a werewolf.
Minoxidil is medication designed to promote hair growth and slow hair loss in individuals experiencing baldness, and it can be administered either orally or as a topical solution applied directly to the scalp.
So they're believing the residual effects of it were passed through to the kids.
To the baby. So the initial case first came to light when the CFN investigated the situation of a baby who had progressively developed excessive hair growth on the back, legs, and thighs over the course of 2 months. And according to a report, the baby's father, who had been on leave from work for a month to care for his son, had been using a 5% minoxidil solution topically to treat his baldness. Still, the report added that after discontinuing contact with the medication, the symptoms in the affected baby completely regressed. So the CFN then conducted a review of similar cases using data that they found from a couple of other groups, and their analysis revealed additional occurrences with similar characteristics involving babies in Europe who had werewolf syndrome and whose caregivers were using topical minoxidil to treat baldness.
Oddly enough, the doctor with the answers was a vampire.
The CFN suggested 2 possible ways minoxidil
I think I can help you.
might have been
Follow me to the laboratory.
might have been transferred from the
You're a hairy one.
caregivers to the infants either orally or through direct skin contact. Given that babies have thinner and more sensitive skin compared to adults, it's easier for topical medications to be absorbed into their bodies. Steve, I remember one time that I think this might have been when we were back at Y100, and I forgot why. We had this gal. She was a listener. She was on the air, and she was talking about her hairy arms. And you said to her, yeah, and they used to call her Teen
called her
Wolf.
Teen Wolf, yeah.
And Steve goes, yeah, I figured that because I saw you doing backflips on the Wolfmobile on the way in. But she had very, very hairy arms, and she was, unfortunately, she had that moniker, Marissa.
Preston, that gal was me.
No, it wasn't.
I think it was.
We would have remembered.
I think it was
called
at
into
Y100.
Y100?
Oh, okay.
No, she
Well,
was in the studio. It wasn't you.
Okay.
That's why I said I'd seen her on the top of the van doing
Remember we did that.
Well, then I
we
think you
did
did
a
it.
contest with down there.
Yes,
hair.
it was a hair removal thing,
It was
and
a hair
that must have
removal.
been it.
And she had hair on her face, and they did
Yes.
hair removal on her face.
Marissa, were you called Teen Wolf when you were younger?
I think I was so young that we didn't even know what Teen Wolf was yet.
Okay.
Like it was. Oh yeah, it was. Kids are mean.
Very cruel.
Kids are cruel.
So you had hairy on your forearms? Is
Yeah.
that where it was? Really?
Yeah.
How is that now? I never look at your forearms.
I shave them now.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Okay. If it's getting too personal, let me know.
No, it's all good. I
Does
could
it-
use another dose of the electrolysis. So let's keep talking about it.
Whatever you're doing, it's spectacular because I would not have known you had any sort of issue like
Why
this.
don't you get the hair removal so you don't have to shave it?
That's what I'm saying. I could use another round.
Yeah,
of
yeah.
I think I got it years and years ago, but you do have to go back eventually, or you have like different hair growth.
That's what happens over the years. You have new growth, and so you go for like touch ups. But if you get it removed, the touch ups are like nothing. Like there's not. Well, I mean, I shouldn't say nothing. For me, I don't know how your hair growth is.
So you're saying that once you do the bulk removal,
Yeah, you
then
just go-
follow-ups are just routine.
It's just a quick little for the new growth.
Pew
it-
pew here and there.
Yeah, pew pew kills it, and then you're good.
Yeah.
Mine's more of like a pew 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 pew.
Over and over and over.
I think Kathy and I are from different parts of Italy.
It is totally yes.
I'll tell you. Go ahead.
Marissa, so what I wanted to ask is, are there any other parts of your body where you have excessive hair growth?
All I'm gonna say is like over the years, Kathy would be like, I have one hair like on my shoulder or something like that. And I'm just sitting here like,
I hate
you.
Oh, man. I did not know that about you.
I mean, I'm not going to bring it up, but I know there are other, and I'm not talking about private parts, but parts of
You're
her
not talking about Bush.
No, that bother her that have like excess hair.
Yeah.
And so you just kind of like, but you learn to like you shave or you hide it or whatever.
Right.
So
I got the special places.
Yeah.
Now there's just like new places.
there was the one of the first
We've
girls
got
to
Bush.
develop in elementary school was had Preston, very hairy arms, but was also the first to develop. So it was a weird confluence of events.
So that's okay. You're hairy, but you got big boobs.
But you're right, Marissa, though. Kids are cruel. They're cruel. Yeah, about that stuff.
Yeah. Did you get teased a little bit?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man.
Oh, yeah. And it was like second grade.
Second grade.
Man. Okay.
That's when you learn to drive.
Well, you said friends, but I was thinking siblings more. My friend, her older brothers used to call her Baby Snags, not because of hair, but because of her snaggletooth.
Baby Snags. Wow. So the European Pharmacovigilance Risk Assessment Committee, that's a real thing, decided to update the product information for medications containing minoxidil. The revised leaflets now include warnings about the potential risk of excessive body hair growth in infants following contact with areas where minoxidil has been applied. So they were using it, and they said they had some residual on them, and it got onto the baby, and they would grow hair there.
That is crazy.
Yeah. Well, that was kind of interesting. All right, let's see what else we have here for you. Dogs living near the site of the Chernobyl nuclear disaster have mutated to develop a new superpower. They are They're apparently immune to radiation, heavy metals, and pollution to some extent. I would think. I was reading this article. I think they're using some bold brushes here. But scientists collected blood samples from 116 stray dogs living in the Chernobyl exclusion zone, finding two different populations that were both genetically distinct from other dogs in the surrounding area. And this suggests that they have adapted to withstand long-term exposure to this toxic environment, and would explain why they have continued to thrive in the wasteland.
So I sent you this article. I watched this documentary on these dogs. It is amazing. So, and you're correct. At this current level of radiation, over time, they've grown sort of immune to that. Were you to bombard them with excessive radiation, they wouldn't be immune to this. But the fact that they are able to exist within the zone that way and flourish is amazing.
Yeah,
and their bodies have adapted to radiation.
Understanding how the dogs develop their genetic superpower could help better understand the health impacts of living in a highly toxic environment with multiple environmental hazards, not just dogs, but humans as well.
And they crap light bulbs.
An estimated 900 stray dogs live in the CEZ, the exclusion zone, and many of them are likely to be, they're likely descendants of pets that were left behind following the mass evacuation.
Did you watch the Chernobyl miniseries on HBO?
I didn't finish it.
Okay.
I need to go through
There
it.
is an episode that is heart-wrenching, Casey. You remember where they go into town and they're literally going to euthanize the animals that were exposed. And it's nightmarish. But
I've seen pictures of birth defects and so on. After that was just horrible of children.
Yes, but oh my God, and then I'm perpetually fascinated by this. My question to you is, Pripyat and those towns, if you wore the proper equipment, would you
go in there?
Yeah,
totally.
Yeah, I would too.
Absolutely.
Steve, in this the most recent documentary that you watched, I didn't know until just now. I just looked it up on the map. Chernobyl's not that far from Kyiv.
No.
Did they talk about like the war and the effects of the?
It's always been a concern because the sarcophagus that entombs the reactor or the remains of the reactor is only good for a certain amount of time, and not that it is fragile at this point,
But still,
it is close enough to be an issue. I mean, it's about 9,000 fascinating stories connected to every aspect of Chernobyl, Pripyat, what was done, what wasn't done. People that managed to survive, people that did not. The guys who went into the water around the reactor, which was heavily irradiated, they came out and they survived. It's people were told, and there were many rescue workers around that whole situation who went in and, okay, I'm going to die, but I'm going to try to stop this. It's just astonishing amount of stories like that.
Norman J. Clement, an environmental health specialist, led a team of research to investigate how living in this harsh environment impacted the dog's genetics, and they collected blood samples from 116 semi-feral dogs.
You know what they found? That these dogs could actually fetch the stick before you throw it.
Wow.
That's pretty amazing.
The blood samples with DNA extraction and analysis revealed the dog's unique genetic makeup, and they said somehow two small populations of dogs managed to survive in the highly toxic environment. Specifically, researchers found nearly 400 what they call outlier loci, L-O-C-I, or loci, or genomic locations that show behavior or patterns of variation that are extremely divergent from the rest of the genome. They identified 52 genes associated with the outlier loci that could be associated with the exposure to the contamination of the environment of a nuclear power plant.
Essentially, people are fascinated by us, but we're just dogs.
In other words, the dogs' contaminated environment caused them to develop genetic mutations that were passed down from generation to generation, ultimately driving their adaptation to the harsh conditions.
For example, I can play piano.
But these strays are not only CEZ animals found to have developed genetic superpowers. In January, a team of researchers presented findings that suggest that mutant wolves living in this toxic habitat
There you go.
are uniquely resilient to cancer-causing radiation exposure.
Is this a dog playing the piano?
This one is going out to Manishka, my bitch in another town.
And happy birthday, Nikki Sixx, by the way.
That's right. You are quite a rock musician.
So yes, in May, scientists studying eastern tree frogs with mutant black.
Threw the short straw on that one.
Black skin.
I got wolves. I got dogs. I got tree frogs.
I got a rock.
With mutant black skin living near the site, discovered that they live just as long as their green, non-mutant counterparts. Why are we playing the scorpions?
Because I mentioned Gorky Park. I don't know.
It's Gorky Park, yes. Put your heart on your hand on your heart. Because we're irradiated, we can put our heart on our hand.
This could mean the exclusion zone is once again fit for human habitation, possibly in the near future. It depends on certain areas, I would imagine.
Reading, and then the documentary, they make the case as well, this could give insight into what could lead to genetic alterations or things that could make us accommodate unfriendly radioactive areas.
Right. Harsher environments.
Yes.
Hang on a second. I want to go to. We have a biomedical scientist on the line. It is Kaz.
Please take this call.
We're going to go
Hey.
to. Hey, Kaz. Good morning.
How you guys doing? We were thinking about you earlier, and we were like, weren't these guys on Y100? Whenever we say that, you guys start talking about Y100. We're like, yo, that's spooky.
Yeah, here we go. See, we're listening all the time.
Yeah. But you guys were talking about loci, loci. So it's basically a shortened version of the word location.
Okay.
Loci is like where it is on the gene map. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Sure. How is it pronounced? Loci?
Loci.
Loci. Okay, got it. All right, so
I do like loci. It sounds like a nice dessert.
It does, doesn't it? That's what I
had a little
thought.
frappe, and you're having a loci.
Little loci.
Yeah.
A little trace loci. Locis. So what field do you work in? It says biomedical scientist. What do you do for a living, Kaz?
Right now, I'm just in a lab, just handling patient samples, and I'm going back to school for biomedical science right now.
Okay.
All right. Well,
Excellent.
thanks for the heads up.
Good luck to you. We appreciate it, man.
Yo, great talking to you guys.
All right,
Have
you
an
too.
awesome day.
All right, you too, bud. All right, see ya. Hang on a second. I want to go to this. Benjamin's got a comment on that whole Chernobyl area. Hi, Benjamin. You're on the air. Good morning.
I'm actually also a scientist.
Oh,
I'm
nice.
gonna throw out. I heard about the tree frogs. The people who got the tree frogs are probably very excited about because their lifespan is shorter. They mutate more easily, and you can do a lot more studies than you can with the other animals.
That's very
They're
interesting.
Happy to get that.
Yeah. Okay.
But about Chernobyl and Ukraine, the war and all that, there were actually a number of articles about Russian troops that went through the exclusion zone, not realizing where it was. And they were in it, and they got really sick. A lot of them died early on in the war.
Whoa.
Whoops. There's a lot of radiation there.
Yeah, and they've tried to do in their classic, not quite right way to put warning signs around. They had to, actually, they were on a many-year effort to remove as much topsoil and move it to another area because, everything from the trees, the dirt, everything had been, yes, so all screwed up.
It will be for a long, long time.
Yeah.
But you stop and think about how we've changed as a society and how we view things. if you go back and look at the original Manhattan Project pictures and videos, you'll see people walking through the blast zone the day afterwards to try and inspect it. And the only thing they're wearing is booties.
Yeah.
So you got to know those people got really sick afterwards too. But no, the Russian soldiers, they didn't know any better. So they just walked right through it, and they ended up really sick and died.
It's
a lot
tough,
of
man.
them.
Yeah, it's
About a year and a half
fascinating.
ago.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Benjamin. Appreciate it.
All right, take care, guys.
See you, man. Yeah. I've seen a couple of articles recently on nuclear fallout and stuff like that because there's a threat of World War III.
Nuclear war,
laying out there. And essentially this one was saying that if you were in there, and it also depends on how close you are to the detonation zone, but how basically you get in your basement and you stay in there for a handful of days, and that like the overwhelming immediate danger should pass over that amount of time.
Then you come out, you get your hair will fall out, you get patches of burned skin and vomiting.
Yeah,
but,
little things like that.
It's time to party.
Yeah, exactly. Like 1999,
Yeah.
man. Yeah, so. All right, anyhow, we're going to move on to another story. I just thought that was an interesting
It is fascinating.
one. All right, so, Kathy, I thought of you when I saw this, although Jace is, he's too old for this, but splash pads. You know what splash pads are?
What are they?
They're popping up everywhere. They're these super duper shallow little pool type of water features that kids can play in.
Oh.
They usually have fountains and buckets that drop water,
have them right outside
but
the
there's
city
no
hall.
swimming. It's just a shallow puddle thing.
Okay.
Like Sesame has them for the younger
Right,
kids
right.
to play, so they're
There's
not
a picture
drowning.
of a splash pad, Steve.
Yes,
they're a lot of fun.
I do think they're pretty amazing.
I'll tell you what, they have two different splash pads at the Maurice Piers water parks, and they are so much fun. My kids are a little older now, so it looks weird if I'm there, because it's like the little kids section. But they have one of those like giant buckets that
We have a
comes down.
security issue on the splash pad.
Well, apparently, according to this article, they are a fecal bacteria wonderland.
Oh man, because of the water's blowing.
Yeah, why?
It's like a high colonic.
So, research with the CDC, researchers have waded through 25 years worth of splash pad research.
Oh, man.
And found that they are wonderlands for the bacteria that causes wonderful things like gastrointestinal illnesses. Between 1997 and 2022, at least 60 cases of fecal-related illnesses, one of which caused over 2,000 people to get sick.
Is it because the water's going in their mouth?
It does not say, you know what, I didn't read the full
Well, let me
article.
ask, and I don't know if this information is there, and I apologize if I'm throwing this at you without knowing what's in the article, but how would this compare to a regular pool?
That's why I was wondering if it was going in their mouth. Because
because there's
with the
fountains and kids are...
Yeah, but like
Would the numbers
what's
be
what's the
similar?
difference with a pool? Because people are also putting water in their mouth in the pool.
That's a good question.
And they're stewing in it, too.
Yeah. Well, maybe in a pool that's treated more concentrated.
That could be the point, because you have more concentration of like chlorine and other things that can kill.
Yeah, but usually these are at least at like theme parks, like Sesame and places like that. They're still treated with the chlorine.
But still,
you think it'd be less?
At theme parks, aren't they like overly treated?
Yes.
Like, don't they go way above and beyond?
Well, you have to be within a certain level, but yeah, they're probably on the higher side because there is so much
You'll
in
find
there
the
that they have
same
to keep it clean.
At like hotel pools. And in fact, my father had a lawsuit against the hotel because he got into the sauna years ago, and they had it so chlorined or whatever they had that he actually got
Affected him.
burned. Yeah.
You mean a hot tub or something like that?
Something like that.
Okay,
Yeah.
I have no idea. I assume, yes, these things are supposed to have to be chlorinated. But maybe it's not to the level at which a swimming pool is, where you're in it all the time.
I don't see how
it
you
doesn't say in the article. Unfortunately.
hell.
But yes, they are saying that in all of the linked outbreaks, there were at least 10,661 illnesses, 152 hospitalizations, and 99 emergency room visits. Now, that's between 1997 and 2022. That's a pretty good stretch.
Good span of years, yeah.
But they are saying
okay.
to be aware of that.
All right, so I found this. So it goes through a filtration system, which does include chlorine and other germ-killing chemicals. So I'm wondering if maybe it has something to do with that. Whereas in a pool, I mean, it's also going through a system, but like you're just sitting in the water that contains chlorine, whereas this is going through the filter system and then shooting out. I don't know.
I think that's probably part of it, Kathy, because you're in hell. You're in the chemicals in the water.
Right.
Yeah.
You're in the good chemicals.
Yeah. So Joe Holden, who is an anchor reporter at CBS 3, he just texted me and said, my sources tell me that it's because of the sheer volume of mist that is
The
spraying around.
mist.
Okay.
And Joe's a good reporter, so I'll take his word.
Okay. All right, just a heads up on that. Here's another thing and another thing from the Just Saying Institute. Yeah, sorry. We're not doing in just another thing. I added the two together. So, researchers from the University College London have made the world's thinnest spaghetti.
We need this.
This culinary accomplishment has yielded strands of starch nanofibers that are just 372 nanometers wide, which is invisible to the naked eye and is even smaller than some wavelengths of light.
So
That's how thin it is.
How do you know that you've finished?
Right?
You feel full when you're done. Yeah, that's how you know when you're
How
done.
do you become a member of the clean plate
That
club?
I don't know.
But, is it so microscopic that it could actually cut your esophagus and stomach and all
You're not
that?
supposed to eat this.
Okay.
They're just calling it spaghetti because it's a starch. So the world's thinnest spaghetti sounds silly, but starch can actually have important applications in medicine. For instance, nanofiber starches could help wounds heal when they use the bandages, when used in bandages, since they'd be able to keep out bacteria while allowing moisture through. Rather than going through the energy-intensive process of refining their own plant cell starch for nanofibering, these chemists decided to store-bought. They decided store-bought was fine and made their strands directly from flour. And their version of the nanofibers were created with a process called electrospinning, where an electric charge pulls a flour and liquid mixture through extremely small metal holes into threads that are just nanometers wide.
Steve, I don't know if you watched Three Body Problem, but there's a nanofiber scene in that show that is wild.
So what happens?
I don't want to
And
tell.
how does the show end?
All right, this is how it ends. I'm going to start there. No.
So these nanofibers are not only invisible to the naked eye,
right?
They're also incredibly strong,
right?
So they're thin and they're strong, and that means you can cut things with them.
So you could slice someone up with it.
You could slice a bunch of things. with it, and something gets sliced up big time.
A pee-pee?
No, it's like, well, I'm sure a few peepees got sliced up in that scene too. Several of them.
Oh
probably.
wow, yeah. So that is so.
But it's pretty.
Yes.
It's a wild scene. Casey and I were talking about it after we both saw it.
Because I had seen it first. I was like, I can't wait for you to see it. So
Yeah, it's pretty messed up. So anyhow, I guess there's a lot of applications for nano, fibers and things like that, and
invisible lasagna.
And please let us not forget invisible lasagna.
So like now the growing trend on the reels is using ramen instead of biscottis. To make these dishes, these Alfredo dishes or lasagnas and stuff. I don't know if you're down with that or not.
I'm kind of.
I'm writing down invisible lasagna because that's a band name. Wait, what were you saying, Casey?
About ramens?
Yeah, people are using ramen in their spaghetti dishes instead of spaghetti now.
Okay,
I'm down with it.
Okay,
let's take it out for a spin.
Dude, I love ramen.
Pasta has, I think, a very cross dish applicability.
Sure.
And
I'm not sure the difference in ingredients of, say, regular spaghetti, which is essentially it's flour and eggs.
An egg, right?
But I don't know what ramen, if there's a different component.
Ramen is made from Pripyat dog intestine.
No, but it might be made from like rice flour or something like that.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I'm going to look it up.
Yeah, look that up. But invisible lasagna is going on the ban list name for sure. What was I gonna? There was something I was going to bring up about pasta.
How thin? While you're thinking of that, how thin is too thin for pasta for you guys?
We just made some. I just made a dish with angel hair the other day.
I'm an angel hair fan.
And I do like it. There are times when it doesn't quite fit the gravy sauce, whatever you're using.
Right.
But I don't always love it, but I do like angel hair pasta.
With a bolognese, like a beef bolognese, angel hair is a little too thin.
Yes.
Yeah, all right, Steve.
I would agree.
You're not a big seafood guy, but like
salmon though is my main.
Well, I know, but
protein,
angel hair pasta with like a clam sauce, the white wine and a clam sauce. Oh my god, that's so
that
freaking
good? Yeah,
I love it. But you're right. I like if it's bolognese, I need a kind of like a thicker pasta.
Something to hold on to, man.
They say that
I'm thinking of clams.
that There are some pastas that have ridges on them, like a penne or something like that. Is good good for bolognese because it will catch those little pieces of meat that are in there and hold on to them.
Yeah.
So there is a science to the shape of the pasta and what it goes well with because of how it holds the whatever you're dressing it with.
Yeah, you have to catch the meat.
Yeah, you got to catch the meat, right, Kath? Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Thank you.
By the way, Casey found that ramen noodles are commonly made of wheat flour, water, salt, and kansui, which is an alkaline mineral. Kansui, K-N-S-U-I. And the
Never heard of
kansui
it.
gives noodles their elasticity and chewiness. It also gives ramen its kind of more yellow color because you'll notice the color is a little darker.
Yeah.
When you make that. So, man, there was still another pasta thing I want to bring up. I'll have to wait till another time. I can't remember what it is.
SpaghettiOs?
No, nothing to do with SpaghettiOs.
Do you eat ramen with a fork or okay.
SpaghettiOs.
SpaghettiOs. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Do you eat ramen with a fork or a spoon?
Fork.
Okay.
For sure. But I ate cake with a spoon.
You do?
Absolutely.
You do.
And last night, Rochelle and I were eating cake, and she brought me a fork just to piss me off.
Did she really?
She did it on purpose.
Okay. Spoons are disappearing in my house, and I think the kids are just throwing them away. I swear to God.
Do you think that spoons are no longer all the rage with the young kids?
They're all the rage with me, man.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Why would they throw it? Why would they dislike spoons?
Spoons are so old.
I just don't think they care. I think they eat whatever they're eating, and like if it's like a cup of noodles or whatever, and they just throw away the whole because they're just gone. They don't exist.
So how do
anymore.
they do how do they eat soup without spoons?
Yeah.
So my son had a cup of noodles the other day, and my wife watched him instead of. There are some spoons in the house, but they're all in like the sink or whatever. So instead of like washing a new spoon, he went underneath the stove, and there were new like metal spoons, and he knew where those were. So he just went and grabbed those.
He's not above using a spoon.
No.
Okay.
No, but he's also not a.
He doesn't clean things and doesn't at least see the need to clean
Well, I don't want
silverware.
to just blame it on my son. All I know is that it's not me and it's not my wife. So it's all the kids. So I think they just throw them away. I think they're not paying attention.
It's kids.
It's Seamus. Let's be honest. I had
no.
I think
It's not Avery.
I think you're going to find spoons somewhere else in the house. I don't think your kids
so.
are taking a metal spoon and just tossing it in the trash can out of spite.
What kind of spoiled
it's not
bastard does that?
It's not a spite thing. I just don't pay attention because I don't pay the bills or
Is
anything.
it a tired of being kept down by the man thing?
No, I think it's they just are. They don't care.
All right, here's a text.
Yeah.
Sorry, Nick. I know you want to chat. It says, "Oh my God, the same thing happens at my house. The spoons just disappear."
Wow.
I think when people DoorDash something, the sponges gets thrown away with the container.
I think it was the spoons get thrown away with.
All right, the spoons get thrown away with the container.
Yeah.
Do you eat soup with the sponge?
No,
but you could.
You could.
2 texts up, same thing. Casey, you're not alone. Silverware disappears in our house all the time.
But what about spoons specifically? Because your forks are fine.
Forks are fine. Oh, and you know what else is fine? Butter knives. Man, we have so many butter knives.
Too many butter knives. Yeah.
Why are you not buttering things?
We are. I guess maybe we just butter them so much that we need to have 1,000 butter knives.
1,000 butter knives.
And all you needed was a spoon.
That's right.
It's the opposite of it is the opposite.
Every home has 1,000 butter knives.
It is the opposite of irony.
There we go.
Alanis Morissette.
I had a favorite soup spoon when I was a kid, and it was a silver soup spoon, and I don't even know if it was silver or not, but it looked like it was silver. And when my parents moved, they lost it, and it haunts me. It was Steve. It was my go-to soup spoon.
What was so good about it?
Perfect depth.
Who's gonna tell Nick? I'm not doing it.
It was the perfect size for. You can isolate this if you want. Perfect size for my mouth. It was
Which is big or small?
It was medium.
Okay,
but
I'm
not,
feeling you on this, man.
Definitely not small, and not. It wasn't like a.
What was the handle like?
It was like perfect bend on that on the handle.
No, I
Steve.
hear you, man. I know.
It was the right shape, and every time. And Casey, to your earlier question, what made me think of it was when I would have ramen when I was a kid. It was, for us in our house, it was oodles of noodles, and we would have it as soup. And I would use that soup spoon every time. Get some saltines, crumble them up, put them in the soup. Man, I miss it. I wish that I had it.
I
You
can
writing
see
this down
that.
for Christmas gifts, Preston.
What's that?
Hey, so are you writing this down for Christmas gifts?
Yeah, spoons
Okay,
for
yeah.
Nick. Yeah.
Just in case you ever need.
So, cut to Christmas morning. What the
By
hell
the way,
is,
I think
what the hell is this?
I think we've hit a nerve here because tons of people are texting in saying that their spoons are missing from the house. Call us.
And I don't.
215-263-WMMR and
May I point out that there are a whole bunch of illegal drones flying over Jersey?
But we're worried about
is
spoons.
there a connection?
Is there a connection to the drones?
Maybe they have spoon magnets.
That's
on them.
probably it. They're building another ship.
This is weird to me. I can't relate.
Spoon ship.
My spoons are fine.
Me too.
They're all
I have
there.
tons
I've
of
got
spoons.
tons of spoons.
Yeah.
What I don't have are a lot of
God.
steak knives.
I'll
we
tell
don't
you
need steak.
what does happen with my spoons, though, is that I have a set, a matching set. They're all the
Braggart.
same. And then all of a sudden, there'll be a spoon in there. I'm like, where did this
mystery
come
spoon.
from?
Outworlder.
Just like the other spoons.
Who brought this into this house?
I just got a text my friend Jean. Her husband Patrick just said to her this morning, where are all of
The
our
spoons?
spoons? They're
Yeah.
all missing.
Kathy, by the way, speaking of that, I remember one time somehow or another in our silverware drawer, a fork ended up, a mystery fork. And it ended up becoming Nick, my favorite fork.
Oh, do you still have it?
No, it's gone. But it looked the handle was like a bamboo shaft.
I get it.
And I don't know where it came from. And it hung around a good 15 years or maybe more, and then somewhere along the line,
You wonder.
he got away.
You wonder if the life of that fork was that it's just like a vagabond.
Yeah, totally.
This family
Time to
needs me now.
go.
And he decided at some point, I'm done here.
It watched. Maybe it was
I'm
out on the
moving
lawn.
on.
It watched you
Yeah.
through the window, looking a little pensive.
A new family
sitting
needs
there. And he needs me.
And then
Yeah.
once his work was done,
Yeah.
he moves on.
You're good now.
He's
You're
Johnny
better, a better man than when I first met you.
So things started to appear and then also disappear from my house. I've since figured it out, but
Wormhole.
I would come home and I'd be like, where did all of the bread go? Like, we had bread when I left this morning, and
You're losing spoon. She's losing
it's
bread.
gone. And then one day I came home and I was like, why do we have an extra pound of American cheese in the refrigerator? What is happening?
You've got one of those cheese-making refrigerators.
But little things. And then, some of the mystery utensils, they also come from what is happening in my home when no one is there. So my mom babysits my brother's twins every single day. And when it's cold or rainy or too hot or whatever it is, and they need to get out of the house, they come to my house. And so she's making them lunch, and she's either using my bread or she brings the cheese over in case we don't have any, and she forgot it there.
That's hilarious.
Mystery solved.
There was there was the initial run of the Twilight Zone, and then there was another version that was many years later. They did a great episode where, you walk out of a room, and so you put your keys down or a spoon, and you walk back, and it's missing. And it posited in this episode.
Oh, I remember.
Right.
Yeah.
As you walk out, a crew comes in.
They change everything around.
Right.
Yeah.
It was just brilliant.
I remember that. It helps the advancement of time.
Right.
Essentially.
Right. Exactly.
They were not beholding to time, but they made sure everything was in its proper place.
So that when
and
you
every
said-
now and then they made a mistake.
Right. I knew I put that there.
Yeah, I
They
remember
forgot.
that
Yeah,
one.
It was great.
That was a good one. Let me go to. I have Rich. Hi, Rich. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Good. We're talking spoons. Rich, what's up, man?
Yeah, so I've got Entenmann's boxes.
You lucky son of a bitch.
And they'd leave the spoon in there, and it would fall behind the metal tray
Yeah.
that's in the Entenmann's box. And they would do it with our $100 steak knives as well.
Now, who would be so they would be throwing it away?
Yeah, so they would finish it, not pay attention that there would be a knife, and all of a sudden the knife block was empty of sharp knives. And we realized over time that they have to be getting thrown away. They're not just disappearing. We don't use them for other things in the house. But spoons and the knives were falling. They were just leaving them in there.
And it was definitely that box of Entenmann's that you guys realized that was happening in.
The coffee cakes, they come in a tin tray.
Yes.
Yeah, sure.
They would the knife would stay in there throughout the week, and then the knife would fall behind the tray at the end of
the whole thing.
I know what he's talking about. Yeah, absolutely.
But Steve, you being a pro, you would know the difference in the weight
Absolutely.
of an empty.
There's a
versus-
knife in here.
That's right. It's like picking up a gun that has no bullets in it.
Yeah,
You would know that.
Yeah. I mean, when you've handled as much Entenmann's as I have, I know when it's loaded and when it's not.
Rich, did you eventually? Now, how did you find this out? Did you look in the trash and look in a box, and there it was?
So we started to notice something, and my son wouldn't use the knife. He would just take the half that was left and eat it like a Neanderthal.
Yeah.
And
No.
we know he would do it. And one day I looked into the box, and all of a sudden there's a knife in the box that he threw away and didn't even care to look.
And there you go.
Oh, the youth of today.
And then no longer did you have missing cutlery after that?
Well, it stopped. We filled the knife block back up with new knives.
Then a block of cheese appeared in your refrigerator.
Right. And we're good from there. So
Okay. All right.
we've
Thank you.
remedied the problem.
Problem solved. Excellent. Thank you, Rich.
I was
Appreciate
trying
it.
to find steak knives the other night. We had steak for dinner, and remember the Capital Grill box that we had those.
Yeah, all those they gave us these really nice knives, and it came in a display box.
So I was
Yes.
going through all the cabinets because I couldn't find the knives in the drawer, and then I was looking for the box, and then I found the box. It was in the back of the corner of the cabinet, and I grabbed the box. I'm like, oh, thank God. And I opened the box, and it was empty. Had
No
none of
knives
the
in there?
knives. Yes! This is my life!
Let me go. Hang on. I'm going to go to Jamie. Hi, Jamie. Good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Hey, what's up?
So I have 4 boys, and it seems that the older that they get, the more things are technically missing. Now, spoons is the biggest problem that I find. I think they leave them in their bedroom, and then they clean up, because boys, it's just dirty dishes everywhere. And I think they end up accidentally throwing them out, not paying attention. I think that's the biggest thing. But our spoons they just started
Jamie,
going away.
I would bet you're right. The migration leads to the bedroom. Right? The spoon, Case, would that hold true in your house?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jamie. Appreciate it. Here's a text or actually, it's a post on Instagram from Bob Kelly at Fox 29.
Yes.
And he posted a picture of an Entenmann's pecan Danish ring. And it says, the weird thing about having an Entenmann's cake in the house was the way the knife lived in the box for the duration.
I texted Bob yesterday because this Instagram post rang true with me, and I shared it in my stories. And I currently have, Steve, you got a whole bunch of Entenmann's at camp out last week.
Yeah.
On our kitchen counter, there's a box of Entenmann's, like chocolate chip Danish or something like that.
Yeah.
And it's got the knife right in there. And
ready to go.
And that knife stays in there until you're done
And
with
it's
that
chilled.
Entenmann's. Yeah.
The way I like my knives.
Yeah.
Hang on, I want to go to John because he wants to commiserate with Nick for a moment. Hi, John. You're on the air. Good morning, bud.
Good morning, fellas. How we doing?
Good. What's up, man?
Well, I have a favorite spoon that I used when I was like a teenager. I moved into my apartment. I took it with me. I still have it. I'm 53.
So this is your favorite spoon. Would you be...
It was perfect for like rice pudding and the old shredded wheat. Remember the old shredded wheat?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So those were the two that you focused on, the rice pudding and the shredded wheat.
That was it. Like that, and I still eat them to this day. But that spoon, like it's even still with me. Like that, it's perfect. It's weighted right. Like it's just, I don't know. They make stuff
It's
right
listen.
back then.
It's why there's a particular golf club that you use for certain.
Yeah.
I mean, this is what you're using. I got it. I remember when
And I don't know why people don't use spoons with cake either, Preston. I think that's just wrong.
Testify, brother. I agree. You get every crumb.
How are you going to get the rest of the stuff off the cake?
Absolutely. I'm with you all the way. I think that people are missing out.
So I'm coming halfway to you guys. I will use spoons for certain types of cake.
Yeah.
And I will use forks for other types.
Okay.
Yeah, but
You're almost there.
I'm there. There's hope.
All right. Thank you, John. Appreciate it.
All right, man.
We should have an event where we just have cake and spoons only. I'll host it.
My father took and it was precious to me for many years. He took a spoon off of a dead Nazi. And, said, son, keep the spoon close to you.
Let me see here. All right, let me go. This sounds interesting. We're going to go to Carl. Hey, Carl. Oh, sorry.
Good to see you.
What's up, Carl?
Coral.
Coral.
I was when I was younger. I was like 10 years old. My grandmom came to live with us. She was dying of cancer and basically a hospice situation. And
all our silverware kept going missing. And my parents kept like blaming me, yelling at me for throwing the silverware away. And when she passed away, they found all the silverware under the mattress. She was a kleptomaniac.
Oh my God!
Oh my God! So all the silverware was under the mattress.
What?
It was all under the mattress.
Oh,
how bizarre was that, Carl?
I mean, they apologized up and down after that to me. You know, for blaming me for taking all the silverware.
That's great. All right, thank you, Carl. Appreciate it.
You old
Casey,
bastard.
maybe it's your mom. Maybe she's a klepto and she
You know
steals
what?
spoons.
All right, I gotta go check her mattress when I get home.
Casey, can you come down here? I've built a robot.
All right, we're going to break in a moment, but let me go to Jason here. Hi, Jason. Morning.
Morning. How you doing, Presbo?
Good. What's up, buddy?
Well, first off, first time caller, long time listener.
Welcome.
Dougie Dog on YouTube.
Oh, nice. W Dog. All right. What's up, dude?
So I have a 7, 6, and 3-year-old who love snacks all the time. So it's a spoon. Yeah, here's the 3-year-old now. Applesauce, spoon. Cereal, spoon. Ice cream, spoon. But where I also find these spoons are in the trash, in the couch, under the couch, sometimes in the bathroom.
Yeah.
For reasons unbeknownst to me. You have kids, they take their snacks everywhere and anywhere.
It's got to be it.
Yeah, kids that age I can see. I just have a hard time believing kids Casey's
Teenagers,
age,
yeah.
that are throwing your spoons away and stuff like that. Thank you, Jason, by the way. We appreciate the call, bud. Thank you. But I don't know, man. Have you confronted anyone about
Oh
this?
yeah, I mean it's a constant confrontation. In fact, there
Can
was
I
one
talk
last
to you? I
night.
have
Yeah.
two things to talk to you about: cutlery and flying squirrels.
Flying squirrels. All right, one last call, and then we're going to take a break. It's Grant who is on the line. Hi, Grant. You're on the air. Morning.
Oh, my God, Gadzooks.
Gadzooks, my man. What's going on?
All right, so a good couple of years ago, I had a roommate. He was kind of a bit of a man-child, and he didn't cook for himself, so he just ordered pizza all the time. And as you do with delivery pizza, it never comes really cut all the way. The cheese melts back together, so he'd cut it back apart with a butter knife, leave the butter knife in the pizza box, and eventually the pizza box would just get thrown away with like a quarter of a pizza in there, and the knives are just gone.
So he would leave the knife in there, toss it out. Do you think he did that knowingly?
He did it completely absent-mindedly.
Absent-mindedly, okay.
I'll guarantee you,
It took a while.
There's absent-mindedness, and then I think sometimes at some point, I think you're a certain age, and rather than clean the silverware, you just throw it out.
Chuck it.
Yeah.
Well, I don't want to accuse him of that, but it took a while, and then I just happened to pick up a pizza box that didn't have very much pizza in it, and it's just a couple crusts banging around in there and something more solid, and I'm like, what the hell? And I open it up, and there's one of my butter knives in there. I'm like,
Yeah. You know, it's kind of funny. It's like your silverware is on a residency. Like it's it's appearing in a Entenmann's chocolate chip loaf box for a week.
Right. All right. Thanks, Grant. Appreciate it, bud. By the way, wouldn't it be great if you were just so wealthy you would just throw your throw your silverware away?
Yeah.
When you're done, just dump it in the trash, throw your plates in there.
Let me ask you, and I here's a question I know, Kathy, how you're going to answer. Would you ever allow plastic spoons and forks in your silverware drawer?
Oh, no, not in the drawer. But,
Yeah.
I mean, to use them, I'm okay with that.
We have them in our pantry.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, if we have like a lot of people over and we don't feel like doing a gazillion dishes, hey, we're eating on paper plates.
What about if restaurants drop off, or you get a lot of times we'll order food and they send us plastic forks and we just build them up.
Keep them.
Yeah, that ends up happening too.
But then you end up with a ton of plastic knives.
Which is what we do. My drawer has too many of them.
I know we're taking a break, but how about the quote-unquote paper plates that are actually made of plastic? Okay, so those ones, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
How long, Nick?
No. There's
how
he's washing
long
them.
do those last?
Well, Ted Alexandro the comedian does a really funny bit of, are we keeping the plastic knives? Are we keeping the plastic plates? And, just at Thanksgiving, you use them twice tops, right?
Okay.
Like rinse them off and then maybe use them again for
we
another
will
meal.
sometimes keep them, and sometimes we'll one use, throw them away.
No. That's
we
what I
we
do.
had friends over, they were like, you don't wash these?
Really?
No, they're disposable.
Oh, I see them. Disposable. I see them
Yeah.
as one-time use.
Yeah,
but I feel bad for the
Yeah,
planet.
They're just a nicer.
Well, you chop down all those plastic trees.
That's a little wasteful.
Yeah.
Well, but
Do you use paper plates in your house?
sometimes. Yeah, not
Have you seen
often, but sometimes.
Those dumb commercials, I forget what the company is, where the guy puts about 9 pounds of pasta on a paper plate.
Yeah.
It's like, moron.
They're going to show. They're showing the strength of the the Chinette ones, and this idiot's walking with the regular super, the sheet of paper, thin paper plate.
The white, like the real thin
exactly.
white.
The
With
worst.
the scalloped edges around it.
No,
and then they put 3 pounds of pasta on there. Oops. What?
How did that happen?
Dude, all right, here's a total other thing along the lines of that. There is a series of commercials. I need to go back and see this. Where they say that the product is a hose for washing your car. And they show the idiot that doesn't know how to carry the stuff from their garage out to the car. They're wrangling all this stuff. It's falling all over the place. There is a montage of commercials that display that show that particular trope. It cracks me
It's
up.
so over. So they did a great SNL bit with Kristen Wiig where she's like trying to repair. She goes from one to the other, like, how does this happen?
Yeah.
Where she's just bound up. We're watching a commercial now,
Yeah, the hose is all tied up.
I mean, you'd have to be a sub-moron.
Yeah.
The guy's running over his hose.
With a lawnmower.
And the grass isn't that deep.
All right, anyhow. Sorry, I didn't mean to go off on that. But let me reel it back in.
Okay.
The Just Saying Institute, the University College of London, has come up with the thinnest spaghetti in the world. And there we go. That's how we got to where we were.
All the way back.
Yep, so I wanted to pass that along. All right, we're done at the Just Saying Institute. So can we have our outro music? Yeah, we got to wrap that up. But hopefully you gained some knowledge this morning.
I think so. We've all grown.
Yes, and we do need to take a break. I want to remind you we have a secret text word prize today. We are giving away $50 Keystone Fireworks gift card. Text word secret to 39333 because we'll get a winner a little bit later on. We'll take a break and come back in a moment. Stay with us.
Drugs, taking acid and whatever. And these were physical representations of what the music sounded like. They would go home and they would start painting, and they're still high, and that's what these things were representing. They were representing the music.
How were you vetting that, or was it just sort of, if you want to do it, or would you guys kind of consciously say, I don't like that, doesn't represent our band right, or was it just an open source?
Well, luckily in our case, the people would come up with these incredible,
iconic stuff.
Yeah. We just had to choose between the good stuff. I mean, it was so much good around. And a lot of people went home and just did it, and it was uncommissioned.
Yeah,
they just went out and said, "This has to be done."
Wow.
And so then all of a sudden we looked at them, we go, "That's us." And they go, "Okay, cool.
That's cool.
That's it."
Let me ask you with the art and your painting. I mean, did people automatically take to it? Were you afraid you were going to get here's a musician trying to be a painter sort of deal?
I'm not afraid.
Yeah. So what was that jump like, and how well were you received initially? Because I mean, honestly, we were looking at the stuff. It's pretty amazing looking.
There it is.
Yeah. So what was that initially like?
Well, I didn't think of it as it's art. You know,
it is
came
art.
out. It's you follow the muse, and when you're an artist, the thing that turns you on, makes you do things artistically. And first time I did it, I walked into the house, and my daughter looked at it and she said, "Dad, this got legs."
That's pretty good.
Legs. She liked it.
Yeah.
And so if my daughter liked it, and she doesn't like much.
Does she like the dead? Does she like
that?
Okay.
So I said, okay, I'll paint. If you like it, I'll paint it.
You can take a look for yourself and see Mickey Hart's work. It's called Vibrational Expressionism, The Art of Mickey Hart. And Sunday, back out this way, King of Prussia, noon to 2. Is there a spot where we can go to get all this information, a website or anything, you guys?
I just want to meet the King of Prussia.
Yes, we all do.
And I want to see Mrs. Prussia.
Sure.
Mr. Prussia. And all of the little Prussias.
All the Prussiettes. Yeah.
I'm actually Mrs. Prussia.
She is.
Yeah.
She shops there all the time.
I heard that she cooks.
Oh,
You heard wrong.
have heard wrong, sir.
Wrong, Mrs. Prussia.
She makes reservations. Yeah.
I can make a mean reservation.
She makes a mean reservation.
She makes a mean Romanoff.
Ladies and gentlemen, please give some love to the one and only Mr. Mickey Hart.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming by. There's something you and your spouse you will never
don't discuss,
ever agree on ever,
and that's not a hole in the relationship.
Right.
That's just smart. You just don't agree on some things. That's totally fine. If it's an agitation, there's an entire rest of your lives to live. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, you know what, my wife and I don't
whether Hulk could beat Hulkbuster.
I don't think we'll ever agree on is which way the toilet paper goes on the roll.
Yeah.
And
or whether or not you should use it.
No. We both agree that you should use it, but I put toilet paper on the right way and she doesn't.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah.
Top down?
Yeah, it goes over.
Does it matter? It does matter to you guys?
No,
you know what? Consider this.
No,
You're balling it up and jamming it in your butt.
It comes off of the toilet paper roll easier.
There
For
you
some
go.
perspective,
There you go.
Mr. Morrison.
Aesthetically.
By the way, did you guys see my notes in the bathroom this morning?
No.
You didn't?
No.
Oh, is it still out of toilet paper?
Yeah.
Oh, I saw that.
Dude, it was out of toilet paper yesterday.
Did you do that last week?
No.
Because
I did it this
someone
morning.
had the courtesy to put up on the door.
Yeah.
Out of TP, so I went to another bathroom.
Can you fill me in here?
I saw that. So we were out of toilet paper, and
In the men's room?
In the men's room. So this morning I went in there and I did my business. It was a flashback to Casey when you caught me with my pants down in there.
Did you have to move stalls?
I did. I moved over to the second stall, and Kathy was out in the second stall.
Did you have to use regular?
Fortunately, it wasn't so messy that I could pull my underwear
use your
up.
shirt.
And I walked in. I used my shirt.
So I with the sink.
No, I got some paper
Ass
towels.
gaskets.
Paper towels.
You had to use paper towels?
Yeah, but I
wet them.
I moistened them so it didn't rip.
The man played it right.
And so anyhow, what I did after that is I happened to have my highlighter on me.
You put that in your butt?
No.
What is that?
I got 2 pieces of paper towel, and I wrote no PTP.
Yeah.
And set it over the toilet paper dispenser.
Awesome. Because if you go in and you see that, and you don't want someone to replicate your horrible situation. Someone actually stuck a note on the door going in last week, and I appreciate them doing that.
Fortunately, everything was a clean movement this morning. It wasn't mushy.
It was like a good cellist, Preston, has a clean movement.
Yeah. So anyhow, not every argument has a resolution.
Exactly. Getting back to the core issue.
When you start to hit these sub-freezing temperatures, anything below 32 degrees, and then when you get down into teens and the freezing happens even faster, there's all kinds of things that you can do with the weather, believe it or not.
You can play with the weather.
You can play with the weather.
So one of the downside is, of course, the needless loss of life. The plus side is you can do stupid stuff.
Yeah, exactly. So we decided we'd try an experiment or two while we have these conditions.
So what's the boiling water thing?
It is very cool.
So here's what you do, and this is a few years ago. This little thing started to happen and pop up. If you take a pot of boiling water, when the temperature gets well below freezing, if you go outside, Kathy, and you throw it up in the air, it turns into snow. Like immediately.
Why boiling water and not cold water?
Yeah, because it gets out. I guess because of the heat shift. Can we get our physicist back on the line?
I don't know.
Right?
I'm not sure. I didn't research it, to be honest, but there's a reason for it. So.
Yeah, and I watched a video the other day of a guy in Minnesota, and I think it was below zero where he was, and he had peed outside, and there was steam coming out.
Yes, that does happen.
Like just flat out.
In fact, maybe we'll have Nick take a dump and see what happens.
I don't know. Nick, you got one cooking?
Yeah, man. I'll do whatever you guys want.
Really?
Nick looks very uncomfortable. But Nick, should we just right out of the gate do the hot water?
I'm going to take the lid off. Max, you're going to toss it. Try not to toss it in my face. Okay.
No, wait, Nick. Before you do it, I would step away from Callie and step away a further. Step out to the lot.
Yeah, all right. So Max is going to throw it into the lot, but I'll take the lid off because Max has both hands on the pot itself. Boiling water. You guys ready?
Yeah, we're ready, man.
Makes sense.
All right,
watch the video. Nick is going to give the description.
2, 1. Here we go. Took the lid off. Max tosses it into there. Oh my God! Now, not all of it turned into into snow, but a decent amount of it did. Also, a decent amount immediately turned into steam.
And it's so windy that it went 50 yards away in the blink of an eye.
It was down the parking lot.
Though gone.
We did get instant snow.
Yeah.
But the wind is whipping so much that by the time Nick was done talking, it was already half a parking lot away.
It was gone.
Two things also happened. Max's foot was burnt, and the pot of water is now empty.
Oh.
All right, so let's see Callie's hair now. I don't want her to weld to the.
Well, I don't know. I don't think they poured more water on it, Steve.
Well, we don't want her to freeze to the thing, right?
She's still not laying down.
At this point, I'll take it.
Well,
anything.
Yeah, I mean, her hair is frozen solid, guys.
All right.
It's not sticking up like we saw in some of those hot tub photos.
Yeah.
Where people, but I mean, like it's coated with hairspray and it is completely frozen solid.
All right, because she's got very thick hair, so to get that sucker to freeze up the way we want it to would be a lot of work. But you can see the tips; it looks like icicles.
Wow. Okay, so we've learned that water
freezes in cold.
Freezes in cold temperatures.
Yeah.
All right.
And that if someone's hair is wet with that same type of water, it will freeze in cold temperatures. Then we're looking at Callie here. I just don't want her to freeze to the. Make sure she moves a little bit.
Yeah, we can. How long has she been out there? Anybody know?
She's going to look like Wendy O. Williams. What was that?
About 5 minutes.
The punk rocker?
Yeah, about 5 minutes?
Yeah.
All right.
Can she move her head so we can see if it's frozen?
There we go.
Yeah. All right, we have frozen hair.
Yeah.
It's sticking straight out.
No, that's cool. We got it.
All right.
It actually looks like, what does that look? It looks like the when Maleficent turned the forest dead.
Yes. Oh, like all those branches.
Three
and
branches,
stuff?
yeah.
Yeah, it does look like that. Bill calling us?
Yeah.
Okay, Bill's calling us.
Bill's not wearing gloves.
Hang on, let me go to him.
Did he come in on his motorcycle?
No, he is. He just took one glove.
Why does he have a chafing dish?
There's no way he came in on his motorcycle. Bill Weston, Man About Town, are you there?
Good morning, my warm southern friend.
Hey. So, first of all, what do you have in the crook of your arm there? Are those peppermints?
They're peppermints that my wife went to like Costco and got like the 30-gallon size.
Yeah.
Realized that she only needed a dozen for her candy dish. And she said, well, why don't you take the rest into work? I said, that's really economically wise.
All right, fair enough. And so what did you want to, you wanted to jump in on this frozen hair thing, I guess, huh?
Well, first I see an intern out here freezing her tail off and with no hat on.
Yeah.
You know, your mother always said, don't leave the house without your hat and gloves.
Yeah.
And zip up your coat. And so I said, I hope you get extra credit for your internship program for this. She says, no, there's no credit for this. So, Marissa, we need to have a little chat.
Well, Bill, can you just actually go over and just have her raise her head? Because I think her hair's probably properly frozen now.
Yeah, let's check on the hair.
Hold on just a second.
All right.
All right.
We just don't want her to freeze to this building.
Oh, yeah. We've got some nice...
All right, that's cool.
That's it.
She's good.
It's frozen solid.
Have her come in.
And it's rigid. It's sticking straight out.
Yeah.
All right, Bill, how long are your pubes?
Oh, Jesus.
I just, that's my second question. When Casey asked if they were gray.
Casey asked if they were gray.
Hey, Bill, you can tell her to come in, Bill.
Yeah, you guys can come in. We want to see this.
Hold on, Marissa has something. Marissa?
Just want to say this is Callie's last week, so this is like her last
there you go. We love Callie.
Yeah.
All right.
Don't want to get me in trouble.
All right, Bill, you and Callie can come inside. A Volvo that was owned by David Bowie was auctioned off for approximately $218,000 in Switzerland. His Volvo 262C was one of the last of that line produced in 1981, and it was delivered to his Swiss home in June of that year. The car was initially registered under Bowie's own name, David Robert Jones, before transferring over to the record company Bellway Brothers.
This is the beginning of Philly Loves Bowie Week is today.
Can you do a commercial for the Chili Dogs place?
No, that was Cinderella.
Oh, Cinderella. Yeah. Pat's Chili Dogs.
Chili Dogs.
Ground control to chili dogs. Hi, I'm David Bowie with a passionate message about any fan who loves a good chili dog.
How'd you get Bowie to do this?
Well, he was in town.
Well, look who it is.
Yeah, hi. Bing, I'm here to tell you about the best chili dog I've ever had.
Sounds great. Do tell.
It's Pat's Chili Dogs.
How did they get him in the first place?
If you like a chili dog, bum.
Where is it?
I don't know. But anyhow, he definitely
Do you like a good chili dog?
he definitely owned a Volvo, and that's.
Oh no, I've got chili all over my Volvo.
Pat's Chili Dogs is a We Buy Gold place now.
Oh, is that what it is now? Mm-hmm. Okay. Anyhow, David Bowie.
Do you have extra gold you'd like to make some money off of?
All right, and then finally, what? What? Oh, there you go.
I'm David Bowie. I just had an otherworldly experience. As Major Tom, I took you into space, but now it's time to explore your belly. I'm introducing my new character, Ziggy Chili Dog.
Did he have diamond dogs? Chili dogs. Wasn't that what his album was? Diamond dogs?
Was it?
This new one's called Chili Dogs.
How bizarre would it be just out of nowhere?
MMR.
Thank you, Kathy. Real quick, I'd like to give a little plug-a-rooney from one of my most favoritist people, and that's the amazing Kristen Herman.
Oh, she's the best.
Works down the hall at our sister station, Ben FM 97.5 or 95.7. And today, she and essentially, Kristen is Ben FM.
Yes.
They're doing the Adopt a Family Radiothon, and they're doing it live. So she's at the Cherry Hill Mall today from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m.
Oh, this is great that they're doing this.
And so you can stop by there. It benefits volunteers of America's Adopt a Family program, and it allows you to adopt a family for the holidays, and you can provide a full holiday experience, a gift or a toy, and a clothing item for each member of the family and a family meal. And anybody who wants to help but is unable to adopt can also make a monetary donation or shop from the organization's Amazon wish list. And so we want to mention this to you. If you're interested, you can text the word donate to 95711 for more information. Casey, you guys you did the Adopt a Family thing. I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, and it's a really, really great way to, just give back and to get into the holiday spirit as well.
And you guys would physically deliver to the families, which I thought was a great little personal touch.
Yeah, so we were delivering to families in Chester, into West Philadelphia, North Philadelphia, New Jersey, like all over the place. They really do, canvass the entire Delaware Valley.
So this is a cool program, and that's today at Cherry Hill Mall. If you can stop by there between 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. and help out, that would be great. Look for Ben FM, and I think they're joining up with 6ABC.
6ABC is a partner as well, yes.
So I want to give that a little plug. Couple of shout outs, if you guys don't mind. This says, hey, Presbo, Gadzooks, from a longtime listener since the PMS days. I am kindly requesting a pre-Christmas Juicy Tom Jones shout out for my 23-year-old son, Evan, who is rocking out at sea as a professional vocalist at Sid Norman's Poorhouse on the Norwegian Cruise Line's Getaway.
Wow.
He left before Thanksgiving and will be at sea through Christmas until the end of April. We miss him like crazy, but he's now doing what he loves and melting faces every night. They perform 70s and 80s rock music, 8 shows a week. Once a week, he channels his inner Lindsey Buckingham as they perform the entire Rumors album from Fleetwood Mac.
That's pretty amazing.
And this is from his mom, Holly Sleppy, who says, what's amazing about Evan? He is on the autism spectrum, and performing has always been his superpower. He graduated from Temple with a musical theater degree in 2023 and had been performing in Philly theaters before setting sea in March of this year. We never could have dreamed that he'd be traveling the world, singing some of the best rock music. He's working hard, living his best life, and having a blast. And as parents, we can't ask for more, even while we miss him. We miss having him here. Thanks for making me laugh every morning. You've been a part of my day for more than 20 years. Rage on. That was really nice. So Bucksco and Levittown resident, Holly Sleppy. There you go. I have riffed. I haven't heard that one in a while. Here's another one. This is from Susan. She says, hey, can you please give a shout out to Leon Smith? Leon. He teaches at Haverford High School. Haverford High School in Delco, and won the 2025 Pennsylvania Teacher of the Year Award. Yes. That's awesome. And so she says it's from all of his friends who are so proud and very, very happy for him. So a shout out for you, Leon Smith. Congratulations.
Absolutely.
That's huge. Teacher of the Year. It's in the state. I love it. And then one last one. All right, this is from Julie Jerkoff.
Julie Jerkoff.
Who we saw at Camp Out.
Julie Jerkoff. Forgive me, Kirkhoff.
At Camp Out. And she wanted a few shout outs for the YouTube community.
We can do that. We do love those guys.
So belated birthdays to Jeffy, a.k.a. Meat, a.k.a. GB, a.k.a. Grandeur Band. And she says, I have no idea why he has so many names. As well as to our poet laureate, Larry C., who both had September birthdays, and I missed them somehow. So here's a shout out for them. And then these are in advance. Trina's 21st birthday is December 17th. So you know she's going to party hard. And also it's Shane and Mark M's birthday on December 18th. So shout outs to those guys. And she says, and if we could get a YouTube from Steve. So that's from Julie Jerkoff and our YouTube crew. So
we didn't mention this in the recap yesterday, but Meat was the guy that showed up in the Meat costume at Camp.
Oh, yeah.
There were two guys in Meat costume.
I know, yeah. And he was one of them. And they were terrific outfits. I'd never seen those before, but I was really
It has
impressed.
to do with their band.
Yeah.
And they left me the information. I forgot the info. So
Are they a Meat Puppets cover band?
I apologize. No, it has to do with the muscle structure underneath the skin or something like that. He told me about it, but we were talking to so many people, I can't remember everything. So apologize. But the Meat outfits were awesome.
They were great.
They were really cool. All right, so Steve Morrison has the floor with a little question about, I believe it's Christmas tree protocol.
Yeah, this is a very light and airy question I'm going to throw out there, but it literally has to do with lights. I'm massively into Christmas and setting up the decorations and so on and so forth. My wife handles a lot of the indoor stuff, but I handle the tree and everything's on timers and so on and so forth, and the wreaths and everything's lit up. My question is, as I'm looking around the environment these days, I seem to see a lot of people keeping their Christmas tree lights on inside the house throughout the day. Is this, mine come on around 3:30, 4 o'clock in the evening as it's getting dark. I have them on a timer. Is this the new trend to keep the Christmas lights on all the time?
I have an app that for my lights, and I have them on at 11 a.m.
11 a.m.
Oh,
Yep,
so all day.
Yep, pretty much all day. Their LED lights are very low.
Yes.
They don't use much energy. So
Same.
I figured, why not? Let's get
Sop it on up
all day long. So I have.
Let the Grinch go.
I know.
Yes.
right?
No, he's there. He's
so
there.
I have them on from 11 to 11.
It's the day Preston's heart grew 2 times.
Yes.
But no. So Kathy, you.
So I turn. They are off. But like I would say, maybe about a week before Christmas, they will stay on. Now, when I leave the house though at night, I put them on. I don't unplug them because I like when you can see them through the window.
I love that. So mine is in a perfect display area. So I have white lights inside and colored lights outside. So that seems viable. I like your concept, Preston. I might be inclined as we get closer to leave it on a little bit earlier.
Yeah.
But because I love, my whole thing is you set it up and before you know it, it's coming down again. Now we leave it up a little bit longer for the family function, but this year that will even be coming a little bit earlier.
Okay.
So I'm thinking I'm going to rock it a little bit earlier.
Yeah, I think well, I mean, we bought a new tree. We bought one of those fancy schmancy, ridiculously expensive trees.
If you're getting anything worth a damn, they're expensive.
And I'm like, we're gonna get every bit of enjoyment if we're gonna spend that money on a tree. So
I'm putting it on at 11 a.m.
So 11 a.m.
All right, and then
a 12-hour rotation.
Christmas Eve and Christmas, I leave everything on. Outside and inside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why not?
Suck it on up. All right.
Yeah.
So good. All right.
But I mean, I don't think it's any kind of faux pas to have them on in the daytime.
I just wondered if the trend was shifting towards perpetual around the clock on leading on into Christmas.
What about you guys? Nick, Casey?
Yeah, I think they stay on. They definitely stay on throughout the night. So I like when people are able to drive by, no matter what the hour, and it gets so damn dark, so damn early. That they're on a lot. So I think, it's like Steve, maybe during the day or at work or whatever, we don't have them on as much. But once we get home and it starts getting dark, that's when we flip them on.
On the tree?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Because our outdoor lights, they come on when it gets dark.
We don't have many outdoor lights. Most of our stuff is on the inside.
So I have my stuff kicks in around 3:45, 4 o'clock. And the inside stuff, the lights will come on now at around 3:30, 3:45, same time.
Okay.
I might kick it back a bit then. But they shut off, Nick, around outside around 1 a.m., and the tree shuts off around 1 a.m.
I kind of like Steve coming downstairs, and because we get up at the ungodly hour.
It is nice.
And having the lights on.
Yeah.
So that's why we kind of leave them on, throughout the night. And there might be a timer. I don't even know.
Yeah, here's an interesting. These people in Texas says our Christmas lights and the tree are on timers, 5 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. and then 4 p.m. to 11.
Interesting.
So I think they want to see it in the morning before they go to work.
Yeah, right.
And then off, I guess maybe nobody's at home at that point in time.
Right.
And then in the evening when it starts to get darker. That's interesting.
Yeah,
Think about that.
Consider that. All right.
We turn all the lights off downstairs when we go to bed. So to have the Christmas tree lights on when we come downstairs is kind of nice.
Yeah. Little night light.
Yeah.
Making your way in.
There's
when it's still
something
dark.
so wonderful and comforting and warm about those lights. They're terrific, and the more you can get out of them, the better.
Yeah, some of the lights that came with the tree went out, so then I had to put different lights on them. So now, but the lights that come with the tree are so intertangled.
Yes.
with the branches that it's a pain in the ass to take. So now I just have dead lights that are on the tree. And what's pissing me off is the whites of the lights don't match. The one that I put. So now
drive me out of my
That's
friggin'
why
mind.
we got rid of our last tree. We'd had it forever.
Yeah.
And that it was and we have the fake trees. We've always used fake trees, but yeah, some of the lights didn't work and they just stayed there dead forever.
So now what I'm going to do, because I have the different colored white lights, is I'm just going to go get one of those net lights of colored lights. And I'm going to make that tree a white and colored light tree. So it's going to have an excess amount of lights, but...
So if you saw the picture was up on my Instagram and my outside, because I have a full tree outside on our wraparound porch.
Yeah.
And that's white and colored lights. And it looks really good.
Yeah.
I want to share something, but it's a bit of a downer. And if you guys don't want me to bring it up right now, I won't. So what's the temperature in the room? If you don't want me to go forward with it, I won't.
Why don't
Will it help you in some way if there's a resolution?
It's about my
involved?
mom.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
She broke her ankle, and my mom, Steve, is like you. She loves Christmas. She loves decorating, and she can't this year. And she told me and my brothers the other day that she's not going to put up a Christmas. She's not even going to get a Christmas tree, and she's not going to put one up. And I want to do something for her, but I don't know what. And I don't know if just bringing in a tree is the right thing to do. If she doesn't want to do it,
you want my reflexive thing? Do it.
Yes.
I think what better wonderful thing for her family because it's so important to her, but she just can't to bring her that gift. I think it would be wonderful. It's clearly what you want to do.
Yeah.
Yes, of course.
All right.
And if you know somebody, and by the way, I say this to anybody, if you can go, whatever you can do at your house or whatever, put a nice, even a lit electric candle in some of the windows. There's something about that. Of course, if you celebrate Christmas or whatever, however you want to do it, or menorah or whatever, there's something about this time and seeing those lights lit and this sort of quiet, contemplative, retrospective on the year. All of that stuff comes into play. I just find it so wonderful for the soul.
It is nice, but I do have a question about the lights in the candlelight in the window. What if you like it dark in your bedroom?
Don't do it.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But it looks so good on the outside.
Yeah,
you know
it
what I
does.
mean?
You need all the windows.
I thought about it. I'm like, hey, we could at least do that because we don't do the big tons of lights thing.
Yeah.
I hate that. I hate doing that. I hate going through the process of doing that and then undoing it. But
he's back.
Look, he's back. He's back. And he's back.
And that's when his heart shrank 2 times.
But I always liked the candle lights in the window thing. But then in your bedroom, you got the bright light.
Have the timer. When you go to bed. Well, you're going to bed early.
Yeah.
Move your bed to...
No, it wouldn't be in my personal bedroom, but I don't know if Rochelle like it. I don't know if the kids would like it, in their bedroom. So
you can't. Well, I don't.
Our
know.
bedroom's in the back.
Hell.
Our bedroom's in the back of the house, so that wouldn't even be an issue because we don't put the lights up in the back of the house.
Yeah, but we have kids that have rooms in the front of the house. So
your bedroom is in the back of the house.
Yeah. I'm okay.
Then just put it in the front. Yeah, the kids would be upset.
Yeah, but no. Caleb has a room in the front.
Oh, all right.
Working out.
All right. I don't know.
Anyway.
Hell.
Hell. I got to do all that stuff. So the plan was to do it this past weekend, but I got sick, so I wasn't able to do that. And then I wanted to do it yesterday, but it was like wet and muggy out, so I didn't do that. Man, I am so far. All we have right now are the Christmas trees are up.
Do you think you'll do it at all?
That was my question.
Yes.
At what point? What's the point
It has
of no
to
return?
get done. Oh, Seamus started shaming me into. He's like, "This is my last Christmas."
good.
Wait a minute.
Go away.
You've got Delco trim lights.
Yeah.
Done.
No.
Switch.
That's fine. No, I like to. I have bushes and stuff like that, and I like to put the.
No, I know
see
that,
how
but
mine
I'm
is.
saying you still have lights.
No, you're right.
I mean,
It's going to be
Look at this
fine.
guy. Now
And by the
my
way,
heart is 2 sizes too big.
what if you come down and the tree is decorated with spoons?
That'd be a funny joke. You know the
Hung with care.
Yeah, there was a thing on Instagram that said, because my kids do this all the time. They leave empty boxes in the freezer in the pantry or whatever, and they said, what you should do is you take all these empty boxes and you wrap them up and you give them to them for Christmas. Like and at first I thought that was really funny, and then I was like, well, hang on a second, how much work is that to wrap all of those boxes? I'm like, the joke's really on you.
Yeah.
You know what I
You
mean?
went to put all this effort in. Yeah.
No, what you do is you wrap their best friend's heads.
Yes.
And give it
In
to them.
there.
What's in the box?
Hang on, Nick.
What's
if
in
this,
the box?
If this helps you, I'm going to go to Jill. Hi, Jill. Good morning. Hi, Jill. You're on the air.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Hi. I just wanted to call and say, please put a tree up for your mom.
Okay.
Yeah.
My mom died. My mother died 20 years ago on December 9th, and I just didn't want Christmas to happen at all. And my 2 wonderful teenage sons came home from college and set a tree up when I was out of the house, and it was just the best gift ever.
There you go.
Thanks, Jill. That's okay. I will. Thank you. I appreciate that.
My mom was the one who imbued me with the love of Christmas. I mean, she really was all in and just made everything magical. And we'd put the baby Jesus in the manger and all that, all of this ritual. So it's carried with me forever. And there's been times where I haven't been able to do as much or whatever. But it's just such a wonderful thing to do. The candles are nice if you can do it in the house.
Yeah.
I know inside it's decorated. I mean, it's just it makes you feel good. Damn it,
Kathy. You know what I should do? I should
What?
really have a Preston LA night, a Grinch night somewhere where me and all the other Christmas haters get together
and watch porn
and watch porn or something.
No. I don't know. You say buy gifts for people.
Fellas, you're in for a treat. Brazilian snuff films.
No, I'm just
you
thinking we
should
drink.
I was just saying that you should decorate your house with Christmas lights, do all the stuff you hate, and then meet up, and you can all bitch and have some cocktails
I
together.
like that. Yeah. Just complain the whole time.
By the way, that Benedict Cumberbatch Grinch movie is not too bad. I think it's kind of cute.
There's
Yeah.
a Benedict Cumberbatch Grinch movie?
Yeah.
When did this come out?
A couple of years ago.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's animated, obviously.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. I'm
yeah.
sorry. I was thinking of live action.
I watched the original on Saturday. That was my Saturday morning was spent watching Christmas movies.
It's the best.
Yeah.
It's the best.
And I had to go
Boris Karloff.
Wait, what's that?
He's the narrator. in the Version of the Grinch.
Oh, I didn't realize that. Oh, how about that? So I went with Emmett Otter, and then the Grinch, and then Home Alone.
Is it Emmett Otter still holding up for you, Case?
No doubt.
Really?
Yeah, I love it. I get so choked up.
You get choked up?
Yeah, the songs are beautiful. We're closer now than ever before. Right?
Yeah. You know what song I like? Gonna Make You Squeal Like a Pig.
Dude, we showed Emmett Otter's Jug Band Christmas at the Camp Out for Hunger when we were at the Plymouth Meeting Metroplex one year because Casey wanted to. And we were kind of nudging him too because we couldn't really find people that were into it. And we thought it would be like, okay, nobody's into this. And I remember you desperately trying to get everybody to sing along. And you're like jumping around and waving your arms. And absolutely no one is jumping in. It's a little known.
It is a sweet movie.
But the people who know, and the
They
people who
love
love it.
My ex-wife loves that movie, and I think you guys bonded over it at one point. And
Probably.
I started watching it because of her and because of you, and it's cute. It's it's not a Christmas story. It's its own little thing. But if they love it, they absolutely love it.
You know what's a good one? Emerson Biggin's Jug Band.
Yeah.
I think I've seen that one. Yeah. All right. Anyhow, well, listen, we should take a break and come back in a second. We do have some bizarre file stories to get to. I want to give away 2 more passes to join us for the Preston and Steve Christmas Miracle. All this Christmas miracle chat.
It's a Christmas miracle! Yeah! Woo-hoo!
I don't hate Christmas.
No,
I
you don't.
just Like, some things are a pain in the ass about it. All right, but we do love this event, the Miller Lite Ugly Sweater Edition. And we'll take callers 11 and 12 at 215-263-WMMR. And you will be able, you have to be at least 21 years of age, by the way. Miller Lite Ugly Sweater Contest, make sure you're aware of that. And we're headed to Phoenixville at the amazing Colonial Theater. And it's presented by Phoenixville First. And every seat winner will be eligible to be called up on the stage for a complete prize, to compete in the game prizes. And everyone in attendance will be in the audience prize drawing contest as well. So we'll take those callers right now, 215-263-WMMR, and we'll put you on our list. We are going to take a break, coming back in a moment. Bizarre File is up next. Hang out.
Preston and Steve. Hammered of chili dogs.
That he is, all of a sudden, he is a proponent of chili dogs. Oh, this is Diamond Dogs, yeah.
Yeah, Diamond Dogs.
Yeah. Did you guys hear the news that Khloe Kardashian is pregnant? You may have heard that, right?
Yeah. She was on Ellen, right?
She made the announcement, of course, a little while back. She may be head over heels in love with her boyfriend, NBA star Tristan Thompson.
Yeah, head over heels.
But the revenge body star has no desire to get hitched anytime soon. She told Ellen DeGeneres in the first TV interview since announcing the pregnancy that we're not in any rush for that.
We're in no rush to get married.
She added, as you know, I've rushed quite a few things before.
And I've made some mistakes, and I regret those mistakes.
Referencing her marriage to Lamar Odom after knowing him for 30 days. I forgot that's how quickly that happened, yeah.
It was just 30 days.
Oh, my God. Look at this picture.
Yeah.
She does look like a
It looks
giant.
like, it looks like a scene from Pacific Rim.
And
She's a
listen,
kaiju.
not fat.
No.
She's just a tall person.
I love you, Ellen.
Do they have her stats on Wiki, like how tall she is?
6'9".
So, Nick, type in how tall is...
I think she's 5'11".
But like, even in their
Khloe
family
Kardashian.
pictures, I don't think she's towering over the rest of them.
No, she's bigger.
I don't know how tall...
It's because OJ's her father.
Ellen is either.
She's 5'10".
5'10".
There we
That
go.
would make Ellen like 3'11".
Yeah, because that's how tall my wife is. She's 5'10".
Yeah, that's not like
5'9", 5'10", somewhere in that range.
bare range.
But I think the other ones are just, everybody else is just tiny.
Tiny?
Yeah. So anyhow, as you know, she said I rush into quite a few things before. Right now, I'm so loving the place I'm in and very happy with how things are. We talk about it for sure. What's meant to be will be.
I just love spending time now foraging through garbage cans. It's really a zen thing for me. Ellen.
Kardashian adds that she knows her 26-year-old beau is a good dad after watching him parent his 1-year-old son, Prince, from a previous relationship.
Okay. That's the tip-off.
She said, he's such a good dad. He's so great just during pregnancy, and he makes me more excited, too. I'm excited. That's unbelievable that he has just a 1-year-old and has moved on.
He's a great dad.
He's fathering another one over here. And
Did he bring Khloe to the birth, Preston? Did she say that?
That's a good question.
Exemplary
To the first
dad?
baby? Yeah.
Sweetie, I'd like you to meet my girlfriend.
How long is her gestation period? Do we know?
I don't know because
It's 2 years.
there's a hibernation thing, right?
You guys are mean.
The one thing is that the baby can immediately forage for itself when it comes out.
There is a picture here of the 4 girls, and she is significantly taller.
Significantly.
I'm a little bigger.
And you know they're wearing heels, Kathy.
Yeah.
When she gets into her laughing fit, man,
she's so
watch
Can't
out.
stop. It's a runaway train. Her gynecologist actually zip lines in. It's crazy. Okay, everything looks pretty good. Is that a stalagmite? What is that? Oh my God. One-eyed Willie.
Chester Copperpot.
There's an entire pirate ship in here. Hey, you remember when we fought that octopus? Oh, that was in the edited scene.
Yeah, they took that out of the movie.
By the way,
The Gooeys instead of the Goonies.
she's really pretty.
She has.
She's yes.
She doesn't look anything like she used to look. My assistant. Come on over here, man.
Hey,
look
Sloth,
at this.
come
here. Look at this. Navajo cave etchings.
Then when they have to do the look around the back end.
Goonies taking place inside Khloe Kardashian. Quickly, hide in the fallopian tubes. I'll use my chattering teeth to pull us up.
Oh, God. All right, so anyhow.
Okay.
They'll name the boy, if it's a boy, Tristan Jr.
Okay, cute.
Just to let you know. Here's another bit of trivia for National Trivia Day. Long before rap battles, there was flighting, the exchange of witty, insulting verses. The verbal throwdowns were popular in England and Scotland from the 5th to 16th centuries. So it was kind of like, your mama jokes, I guess, going back and forth. But back in the 5th to 16th
Your mater
centuries.
gives handies to the house staff.
Your mater.
Yeah, mater. Your mater inhales snuff through her buttocks.
Burn.
Got you.
Dude, you know what that made me think of? Is we talked about knock jokes being a big thing in the 1930s and 40s.
Yeah.
And you were FDR.
He was trying to
doing a knock. Who was that? Your mother manually stimulates migrant workers. Oh my God! Yeah, so they it was called flighting.
Yeah, flighting,
and they would jab, do little jabs at each other.
Your mater is so corpulent, when she sits around the house, the spire sticks in her rectum.
Snap.
Oh, snap.
Snap.
Oh my God! All right, so that's what they used to do apparently. So that's been going on for a long time.
I think we talked about this one time. The history of humor and what makes us want to laugh and makes us want to make others laugh, and it goes back. A lot of times, the basis of everything is in insults.
I felt like an idiot yesterday because my 8-year-old daughter got me with a little bit of a joke.
Did she?
Yeah, can I get you with it?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, righty. Steve, would you remember me in an hour?
Yes.
Steve, would you remember me in a day?
Yes.
Steve, would you remember me in a month?
Yes.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
I thought you said you would remember.
got me. Snap.
I was like, how did I fall for that?
My daughter got me one yesterday too, which was what do you call a suspicious noodle?
What?
An impasta.
I was like, spaghetti?
All right.
It's like beef stroganoff.
Yeah.
Why?
A herd of jerking cattle.
Beef stroganoff. Or did you hear about the peanut walking through the park? It was assaulted. I mean, they're so stupid.
I know, and they're great.
Yeah.
I don't even necessarily know how to verbalize the feeling that I have inside when I see like lame Eagles chants and people making up their own lame Eagles fight songs and lame quote unquote pep rallies.
As you were,
like forced pep rallies.
Forced pep rallies.
Forced
Okay.
pep rallies. All right, here's one. Yeah, and these I love the outfit and I love the zeal for it.
Can you describe it, please, for those who are listening to the radio?
So it is an older couple. Married couple that has made up, and they're dancing. They're wearing Eagles gear. She's got a cool little Eagles tinsel wig on, and Steve,
Yeah.
I know you love
I'm
tinsel.
a huge fan of tinsel.
Right.
And they're making up their own Eagles song.
So you hate this elderly couple because they've made up their own Eagles song?
I think it's a lame song.
So what? They're having fun.
You know what? And you're right. They are having fun.
Here, Marissa, pull the audio. She heard us talking about this in the break, so she pulled up the audio. I haven't heard this. I've just seen this video footage that we're watching right now. So here we go. This is them, and their Casey says lame Eagles fight song.
Fly all the way up. Fly all the way up. Fly all the way up.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, Eagles, do your thing. We need a Super Bowl ring. Fly all the way up.
Yeah.
Fly all the way up.
Yeah.
Fly all the way up.
Get behind this, right?
Fly all the way up.
I agree with you, Kathy. Yes, they're having fun.
E-A-G-L-E-S, Eagles.
I I love the genuine zeal, the energy. What you don't know is that this woman is an Army veteran who donates her time on the... No, I don't know what the story is. They're having a great time.
Yes.
I was trying to run a CSI diagnosis or analysis of, I think, what... These are clearly... long-time Eagles fans.
They're really happy.
Really entrenched in it. Are you more pissed off about what you perceive to be bandwagon jumpers? Okay, then I'm at a loss.
I just don't. Why do you have to make this a lame song? We have a good song.
But they're not.
They're having fun. They're a couple. They're having
you know
fun.
what,
in their
Katie,
own
I'm
home.
with you. I am
Listen, they're
totally
not
with
out
you.
performing it somewhere.
Fly all the way up. Well, yes, they are.
They're
And
in
now
their
it's
house.
on my Twitter feed.
Let me
I have
ask
no
you
control.
something.
Don't
In
watch
defense,
it.
and Kathy, I know you're going to back me up on this.
All right.
What do Eagles do?
They fly all the way up.
Exactly.
Exactly.
And then they also swoop down and
Wait,
listen.
I love his participation. Where there's like one time where he's like,
Yeah, that's it.
Well, listen, I don't think they're trying to rewrite the Eagles fight song. They're just having some fun.
Listen, and I know because I bought the stinking dog mask. And anybody that wants to criticize the dog mask craze, I say, shut up. We're just having fun. You know what I mean?
You're contradicting
I'm
yourself
totally
here.
contradicting myself.
He's admitting
Yes.
the hypocrisy here.
Yeah.
So you're saying on a completely visceral level,
Yes.
and you don't understand it.
Right.
Is it all just based on the fact that you think this song sucks?
Yeah, I think.
When I think it's brilliant?
Well, all right. So I think I'm mad about the song because it was presented to me, and I believe it was presented to me on Twitter. Like, dude, this is great.
What do you mean? It was posted.
No, yeah, but it was somebody sent it to me.
Oh.
So somebody added me, and they're
Great
like,
as in-
"This is great," and I was expecting it to be like this awesome song, and then I click on it, I'm like, "Oh,
That's not their fault. It's
No.
the person who sent it to you.
I think what they meant by
Yeah.
this is great is look at this older couple having fun. That's
Yeah.
probably what it means. You know
Fly
what I
all the
mean?
way up.
Yeah.
Fly all the way up.
way up."
Did you see?
Fly all the way up.
I love that.
Fly all the way up.
WMMR presents Preston and Steve's Bizarre File.
Brought to you by Horizon Services. Clogs, leaks, busted pipes. Trust the experts at Horizon Services to handle it all. Right now, you can get $50 off of any plumbing repair. Horizon Services. Book today and help us on the way. So we'll start with this. A Swedish city named Gavle is famous for its 42-foot tall straw Christmas goat.
Christmas goat?
A tradition dating back to 1966. While the goat is meant to celebrate Christmas by symbolizing gifts and festivity, it has become notorious for being targeted by arsonists and vandals almost every year.
So they're doing the burning goat?
With 42 out of the 58 goats destroyed since its inception.
Son of a bitch.
That is the overwhelming majority of them. In 2023, the goat faced an unusual threat from birds who used its straw to build nests. But city officials decided not to scare the birds, citing the Christmas spirit. Despite its history of being burned, beaten, or even run over, the goat now stands under 24-hour surveillance, and this year so far, it remains intact.
It's quite an impressive goat.
Yeah. Oh, my God, that is. That thing's huge.
Yeah. Who says that, man? That goat's huge.
In Texas, an associate minister in Grapevine has been arrested by police who are accusing him of possessing child pornography and using spy cameras in a home.
Oh, man.
Once again, there's another member of the clergy, Arturo Alarcon. There you go. An associate minister at the 121 Community Church in Grapevine was charged with possession of pornography and invasive visual recording. So investigations began when police say when a missionary couple reported finding spy cameras inside their mobile home.
So they planted cameras.
Which is used by the church to house families in need. The family staying there found 2 alarm clocks and 2 wall plugs that were labeled bug control. Containing hidden cameras inside the devices. Another associate minister with the church, Elvis Gallegos. There he is.
That's right, man.
Yeah, reportedly.
Yeah, she's out that goat, man.
Told police these items weren't provided by the church, and he wasn't sure who put them there or how
I didn't put them there, man.
they had been there.
Some of them preverts put it there.
What kind of people?
Preverts.
Oh, okay.
In the walls, man.
The husband...
they have no respect for the goat.
Staying inside the home, kept hearing a noise coming from the clock in his bedroom, so he turned it off.
The hell's that?
Being an engineer, he took a closer look at the clock and noticed what appeared to be a camera inside. He was able to search Amazon and find the same clock, which was showed to be a spy camera. When asked who had access to the home, the wife staying there said police only Alarcon, pest control, and possibly one other minister had a code to get inside. After examining the camera, the husband noticed that when he pressed a record button, a clicking sound was made, and then he knew that he was being recorded. So he got in touch with police. They found out it was this one guy, and he is facing charges for that. So
what a friggin' nightmare.
I know. All right, a man in Tokyo, has been arrested for allegedly stealing glasses while riding a moped. As the growing popularity...
He can't see without his glasses.
...of such vehicles has been linked to an increase in accidents and traffic violations in Japan.
He can't see without his glasses.
The police said that they discovered around 50 pairs of glasses at the home of the 49-year-old man. They are investigating whether he was involved in other similar crimes. The suspect, who has refused to comment on the case, is accused of stealing glasses by approaching a man in his 20s from behind on the road.
All those glasses. Sounds like he's being framed.
Yes, thank you. Hey.
The suspect asked the pedestrian for directions to the nearest station to get him to stop, and added that the victim later reported the theft to authorities. So he just grabbed them off the dude's face and took off. The police have said that
He can't see without his glasses.
they have arrested the man in connection with another snatch and grab case involving a moped.
It's never the other way. It's never a grab and snatch.
No, not a grab and snatch. It's a snatch and grab. Here's another story out of Japan. A soft serve milk ice cream topped with generous slices of raw whale meat is now available. Hanamara Ichiba, a farmer's market, is offering the unlikely dessert featuring the local speciality in September, or was.
Whale meat.
What's that?
Whale meat.
Oh, whale meat. I'm sorry. The Wadacho district is home to the only whaling station in the Kanto region. And pepper is sprinkled over the top because soy sauce cannot mask the distinctive smell of the dark red flesh.
And the name of this town is Wadacho?
No, it's called, Wadacho. Close.
So we're looking at a picture of the cone. That does not look appetizing at all.
No, it does not. Additionally, a sauce is used for a Korean raw beef dish that's available. The dessert sells for about $4.50 and is modestly popular. One customer said the combination of ice cream and whale meat is not as odd as it seems.
When I was in Iceland, I tried whale jerky, and it's fine. I wouldn't order it. It was ridiculously expensive because everything in Iceland is expensive. It looks very unappealing to me.
That looks disgusting, doesn't it? Yeah. All right, one last story, and then we will wrap it up. A TikTok influencer was arrested again for a separate shoplifting incident just weeks after being accused of stealing from the same Cape Coral Target.
The same lunatic.
Marlena Velez is facing further charges after she was arrested on Saturday in connection with a theft at a Cape Coral Target. If she entered the store, selected merchandise, used a false barcode to scan items at self-checkout, the whole thing was worth about $225. Now, this comes just weeks after she was arrested in connection to a similar incident at the same Target where she allegedly shoplifted $500 worth of merchandise. She was arrested for that incident the day after the current incident occurred. Now, in that case, investigators tied Velez to the crime through security footage and videos posted on her own TikTok account.
It's her thing, right?
Where she documented part of the incident. Yeah. Officers said they positively identified surveillance footage and her phone's wallpaper, which matched a photo from her Instagram account. The investigators said that they also noticed a man was present during the theft. He had a distinctive arm tattoo, which they said has appeared in Velez's TikTok videos as well. And she was arrested because of that. So she was stupid enough to post this stuff online and stupid enough to go to the same store twice.
To make that the crux of your online persona is kind of stupid.
Exactly. And that's why she's in the bizarre file. All right, we have a secret text word prize, and Kathy's going to get a caller. So what number would you like, Kath?
4.
All right, caller number 4, 215-263 WMMR. Yeah, you need to know the secret text word in order to win. We'll come back in a second with our winner. Stay with us.
Come on, Eagles,
wanna
do
hear his.
your thing. We need a Super Bowl ring. Fly all the way up.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's it. Wait, it's not even a whole yes.
It's like this.
Well,
It's like,
Yeah. I'm on camera too.
It almost sounds like a someone from Maine. I'll.
Fly all the way up.
Yeah. Can we have some goddamn dinner now?
We should try and start a new chant. I think this one is
S-E-A-G. No, not seagull.
no, not seagulls. No, fly all the way up.
Fly all the way up.
Yeah.
Fly all the way up.
Hang on, we have the actual.
Fly all
You've
the
come
way
around
up.
on this, haven't you?
We have the.
Fly all the way up.
I think we have the song that that inspired the
Come
whole
on, Eagles, do your thing. We need a Super Bowl ring.
Wait, here's-
Fly all the way up.
best part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it. It's just, I've been with this woman for 33 years, and every day is a living hell.
Here we go.
Shorty, what you want? I got what you need. I'm all the way up. I'm all the way up. I'm all the way up. All the way up.
I hear his part now.
I'm all the way up.
All right, so that's what it came from.
I hear his part now.
You
Yeah.
Yeah.
What? Is the dinner ready? Yeah. They're an adorable couple. They're having a blast. Yeah.
Well, I think that is the guy filming. The guy in the background. I don't think he
Doesn't ever
does
say anything.
I don't think he does
He
anything.
is dancing.
He is dancing. Yes.
Yeah.
He's got some moves.
Is this song done now? Did we win the Super Bowl yet? Yeah.
Have you seen these tattoos that people will get of waveforms?
Of what now?
And you can use an app on your phone that reads the waveform and actually plays your tattoo. A gal got a tattoo, a waveform tattoo of the last voicemail that her grandmother sent her, left her before she died.
That's freaking wild.
And it was like, hey, honey, just wanted to call and say hi. All right, I'll talk to you later, something like that. And so she took the digital waveform, which any digital audio equipment, you visually see a waveform, and they managed to tattoo it. Here's a video of it up here on the monitor here, Steve. And they tattoo it on their skin, and then you hold this app up to it, and it reads it and plays it. How
in their voice?
In their voice.
Shut.
Because the waveform is precise to the to the
tonal quality of the voice,
and it's amazing. Now, my question is how long is that going to last? That tattoo is eventually going to bleed a little bit in the size.
Hi, sweetie, I just called
But
now I regret getting that tattoo.
But it's pretty amazing.
Probably should have watched my weight.
Yeah.
Hi, sweetie, it's Grandma talking.
There's stretch mark for us in the middle of it.
Yeah, put it in a spot that's not, put it like on your gut or anything.
Yeah,
like that.
something that's not going to expand or contract over time.
Isn't that cool?
That is cool. Talk about a tattoo that has some meaning.
Yeah.
And that can be converted to the audio is very cool. Even still, just a visual representation of your loved one's voice.
I just don't understand how that works, how it's their actual voice and not. Do you know what I mean? Like,
because the waveform is now it may be what happens is, I don't know the specifics. In the perfect scenario, the waveform represents exactly all the tonal aspects of what it's representing. However, maybe what it does is the app plays it back through a stored recording that matches that waveform.
Let's find out. I'm looking it up right now.
Because it almost seems.
Where are my cookies?
Yeah, it almost seems impossible, and you want them. You want the waveform to stay in their best.
Right? Yeah.
I have to piss.
It's great hearing him again.
You don't want me dead. You can have my money, you blood-sucking bastards.
I also like to look at animated feature film. Because
Yes.
we watch a lot of animated movies in my house. The Boss Baby. Nick, you liked that, didn't you?
I did. Yeah.
I saw it. It's funny. It's funny for adults.
Yeah.
The Breadwinner.
Oh, is that one of those lame ones?
And from Czechoslovakia, the breadwinner.
I didn't know you spoke Czech.
They show a clip or something. You don't even know what it is.
It's the Czech Republic now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or the cashier's
But
Czech
Steve's
Republic.
right. This is a headstrong young girl from Afghanistan. She disguises herself as a boy and blah, blah, blah.
All right, the breadwinner.
Because she wants to learn and then go to school and go to college and have a life. Shut up.
Okay.
Kathy, Coco's on here.
Yay, that was so good. I loved it.
Yay. That was so good.
I like two chickens to Coco, please.
Is that really how it sounds?
Two chickens to Coco. I think you need the photosensitive screening.
It's fine. I hate myself.
I like Coco.
So Coco's on there.
It was very good.
Ferdinand, which none of us have seen.
It's
have
John
we?
Cena doing the voice of the Ferdinand the Bull.
I would like to see that. And then Loving Vincent. That's got to be another one of those, right?
Yep.
From Romania, Loving Vincent.
Get that bear.
It's about Vincent Van Gogh?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, it sounds like a great cartoon.
Boring.
Yeah. Maybe one of the guys from The Bachelor would be there.
Yeah, I love it. I love you. I cut my ear off.
Saoirse Ronan's in that too.
He has
Oh,
a
is
talking
she?
cat.
Oh, I love it.
Oh, this is rotoscoped. So the process of rotoscoping is taking live film and coloring it in.
Oh.
It's not even animation. Shut up.
All right, let me stop me on a category that you care about. All right, foreign language film editing, production design, costume design.
Ooh.
She's back.
Ooh, I say Coco.
All right, here we go. Beauty and the Beast.
You know what?
They had great outfits in there.
I was a sucker for that. But did you see it?
I didn't see it. No,
Kathy,
I didn't see it.
I was not, I wouldn't say I was resisting it, but I'm like, how are they going to improve on the original French version?
Right.
And then the animated version? They did a great job.
All right, so this is a costume design. Darkest Hour, Phantom Thread, Why does it have an L there? It's The Shape of Water.
The Shape of Elvis.
No, it was L, The Shape of Water.
Okay.
And Victoria and Abdul. I don't know that one.
That's the Queen Victoria goes to like
Right.
Iran or something.
Okay. Makeup and hairstyling.
Nah.
Original score.
Yes, yes.
And,
Michael Giacchino.
Michael Giacchino has anything on here. I don't know.
He did Coco.
Coco. Diesel 93.3 WMMR song that started it all for their career, Roxanne. 12 minutes after 10 o'clock, Preston and Steve Show. Not bad today as far as temperatures go. High of about 64. We do have rainy conditions, though, throughout the day, off and on. And then tomorrow cooling off and windy as well. Sunshine, though, a high 40. And then Friday and Saturday, we're only going to get like 37, 38 degrees. Jeez. Mostly sunny skies. So that's where we will be. All right, we were looking for a secret text word. Caller number 4. And we'll go to Doug and see if Doug happens to know. Hey, Doug, good morning.
Good morning, Gadzooks.
Gadzooks to you, Doug. Do you know what the secret text word is?
Boom.
Boom, yes. Boom is correct. It's like that house music. Boom, boom, boom. You got it. Hang on a second. We are going to give you, as a prize, a $50 Keystone Fireworks gift card. Yay! And you can visit Keystone Fireworks and light up the sky on New Year's Eve. You can visit their newest superstore at Philadelphia Mills, just off I-95 and Route 1. Or visit them online at KeystoneFireworks.com. And our random texter is someone named John Strom, who's from Woodstown, New Jersey. Hey! Congratulations, my friend. You're set up. And we are not done giving stuff away. I got a secret text. No, we just did that.
You say the giving's just beginning?
I have a lesson question. The giving's just beginning. And we are going to give away 4-pack of tickets for the Wings home opener against the Vegas Desert Dogs, which is on Saturday at the Wells Fargo Center.
Desert Dog.
And let's see. What do we want to go with? Yeah, why not? All the original cast members from Meet the Parents might not have made it to the sequel, Little Fockers, but we're hoping they make it to which next movie in the franchise that was mentioned this morning. It was around 7 o'clock this morning. 215-263-WMMR. Let's keep your pronunciation proper here.
Yeah.
All right. So the original members of Meet the Parents might not have made it in the sequel Little Fockers, but we're hoping they make it into which next movie franchise? 215-263-WMMR. Call now.
The trash business is a gold mine. 93.3 WMMR with Preston and Steve's Hollywood Trash.
Brought to you by Bud Light. You can join Marissa tomorrow night, 7 to 9. Should be at the Bud Light Thursday night kickoff at Urban Saloon in Fairmount. And you can enter for your chance to win a pair of Eagles tickets, courtesy of Bud Light. So make sure you join her. What's going on this morning, Steve?
Well, 72-year-old Bill Belichick reportedly seriously considering the head coach position at UNC. Belichick's 24-year-old girlfriend, Jordan Hudson, reportedly loves the idea, noting that UNC spells unk.
Oh, my God.
After 2 years and 149 shows, Taylor Swift finally ended her Eras tour, and it is the most profitable concert tour ever, grossing over $2 billion. Swift says she could not have done it without the fans and million-dollar seats.
Oh, my God.
And finally, Bill Romanowski telling TMZ Sports that despite 20 documented concussions during his 15 years in the NFL, he feels great. Romanowski says his secret is strangling raccoons. That's your Hollywood.
All right, thank you, Steve. So we are looking to find the answer to this question. All the original cast members from Meet the Parents might not have made it to the sequel Little Fockers, but we're hoping that they make it to which next movie franchise? 215-263-WMMR. And we will go to Christy to see if she knows. Hi, Christy. Good morning.
Good morning.
All right, Christy. So we're hoping that the people from that didn't make it into Little Fockers make it into what?
Motherfucker?
Motherfuckers, yes. Hang on a second, Christy. We're going to give you a 4-pack of tickets for the Philadelphia Wings home opener against the Vegas Desert Dogs. It's on Saturday, Wells Fargo Center. Philadelphia Wings lacrosse is back, and you won't want to miss any of the nonstop action with the first 3,000 fans getting a Wings schedule magnet. You can get your tickets now only at wingslax.com.
Now, Preston and Steve's Music News on 93.3 WMMR.
I started to yawn as I said calm. I sometimes take a little yawn break right before music news starts.
That's what caused this.
I went it a little early.
That was a laugh and a yawn.
It was. I can't. Dude, you know what? It's this time of day. Music news.
Yeah.
Like in between stories.
Right.
I will sometimes yawn at the end of one, moving on to another one.
I've seen you take a
exhausted.
nap in between stories.
It's happened.
So categorically, and we've had this discussion a couple of times. The great camp out for Totally Thrilled. We had a very vigorous nighttime schedule, which we were unprepared to pace ourselves for, and we are paying for it this week. But all good. We're moving on.
Yep. All right.
And
So
we get things like...
Brought to you by Family and Company Jewelers. You can get your holiday shopping done and check off your whole list with one stop to Family and Company Jewelers. South Jersey's holiday diamond destination, Route 70 in Marlton, New Jersey, or online at familyjewelers.com. So I saw this update. Singer Matthew Sweet is giving fans an update on his health after suffering a stroke. In a new GoFundMe campaign, Sweet thanked his supporters and said that he's lived through the day where he realized he may never play guitar again.
Very sad news.
But he's still planning on making music. He also said that he understands what it means to reinvent oneself, and he feels he has to keep going with all of the support that he's received. The GoFundMe page titled Support Matthew Sweet's Stroke Recovery was launched, covers medical expenses as he's lost income from being unable to tour. He suffered a stroke in October while on tour and was forced to cancel the trek. So I certainly hope he recovers well from that.
The guy, so I've seen him in concert a number of times, and great shows, and he knows how to write a song, knows how to write a hook. He's got a whole tool chest full of capabilities when it comes to music, so I hope he can manifest it in another way.
I've met him a couple times. He's a nice guy.
Yeah.
He's a nice guy, so I hope things work out for him. Joan Jett and the Blackhearts are getting a Vegas residency. They're going to rock out for 5 nights at the House of Blues Vegas inside Mandalay Bay next year. They're set to appear on June 13th, 14th, 18th, 20th, and 21st. Fan pre-sale begins today at 10 a.m., by the way, so it started just a little while ago. Tickets go on sale to the general public Friday at 10 a.m. Pacific time, by the way. Elvis Costello has announced the Radio Soul, the early year songs of Elvis Costello tour for next year. As you might have guessed, the tour will feature songs from earlier in Costello's career. The tour reportedly feature music from his 1997 album My Aim Is True through his
Great song.
1986 album Blood and Chocolate, as well as other surprises. Tickets go on sale to the general public this Friday at 10 a.m. I didn't see anything in our area at all.
There's one in Easton, PA, which is
that is not part of this tour, Nick. That is that's not going to start until June.
Gotcha. Okay.
So this one, he's playing a show in Easton at the State Theater Center for the Arts.
That's the Hello Grandma tour.
February 19th. It's a Hi Grandma tour, actually, is what it is. So.
Pretty good, Elvis.
Thank you. That's amazing. Now I want to see the show.
So you'll be able to go to that one.
I've seen him in concert a number of times, and that earlier stuff, My Aim Is True, is such a great album. So that's one I'm going to have to go to.
How about this one? Fresh off the heels of the very successful documentary Yacht Rock, there's a tour that's starting. Toto, Christopher Cross, and Men at Work, who are not really Yacht Rock, but they're going to be a part of this tour, this group.
I just have to see that Yacht Rock special.
It's fantastic.
Yeah, I heard great things about it.
You know what you find out about
What?
Christopher Cross? Dude was a partier, man.
Yeah.
Like, not only could he rock as a guitarist and other things you didn't expect, but he wrote Sailing while he was on acid.
Is that right?
While he was tripping on acid.
Also, the thing about Christopher Cross that really surprised me, he looks like $1 million. Like, he did not age badly. Some of the other guys
for
have
the
done
better.
Yeah,
right.
He looks really good now.
But you really learn a lot about how the members of this band, Toto and Michael McDonald specifically, all of them were, it all intersects with them.
Yeah.
They were, because Toto, the musicians, the Porcaro brothers, all three of the Porcaro brothers, David H., all these other guys, they played on so many different people's music. They were essentially the next version of the Wrecking Crew that came along.
Yeah.
So anyhow, Toto, Christopher Cross, Men at Work, headed out on tour. They are going to start the tour in July, and they have a date in Atlantic City at the Hard Rock at Edis Arena, and that is going to be on August 1st. So tickets go on sale Friday at 10 a.m.
I agree. I love Men at Work, but it is that's not Yacht Rock.
They're not calling this a Yacht Rock tour, but it's
right.
Toto and Christopher Cross.
Okay.
They're a huge part of that documentary.
And
so
you guys follow
lumped it in there.
Colin Hay on Instagram?
I do, yeah.
Yeah, because he's been doing a lot of just him on the guitar, singing stuff. I love it.
And I sent you and Nick a song he released a couple of months ago. He released a new song. It's a really good song.
I like it.
Really, really good.
And Preston, I don't know if you saw this, and sorry to spring this on you, but he's going to be on Ringo's band again next year. Colin Hay is, and they did reschedule Ringo's show at the Man next summer.
All right, June 15th. It looks like that's going to be the date. And you guys have heard me talk about what a great show the Ringo All-Star Band is.
They canceled the last two shows of this current tour, this year's tour, and the last one was in New York, and then the second to last one was going to be here in Philadelphia. And so I've never seen them before. We had tickets, we were going to go, and so I'm so excited that they rescheduled it.
Yeah, and I know you've tried to get Colin by here. He came by one time, and he was just
fantastic,
superb. And I'd like to either get him or Steve Lukather, or there's a few guys from that band. If we get a chance to say hello to. But anyhow, Toto, Christopher Cross, Men at Work at the Hard Rock in Atlantic City, August 1st. And one final story. Our friends in Coheed and Cambria, along with Mastodon, have announced their Infinite Arc Tour. It starts in May. It kicks off in Salem, Virginia. They have actually a gig at Montage Mountain on May 31st.
Oh, man.
Pre-sale tickets start today. The general on-sale starts 10 a.m. on Friday if you're interested.
We move
in
the
going.
Cardboard Classic to May 31st.
May. Let's do it in May.
Yes.
That'd be a blast. All right, and there you go. That's what we have in music news for you. All right, we're going to take one more quick break. When we come back, we're going to wrap up the program. Stay with us because we'll get our letter of the day for the Word of the Week prize when we return.
Preston and Steve.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, from the Preston and Steve Show in Philadelphia, Kathy Romano.
The world of animation is a wonderful world.
All right. Here are the original score. Dunkirk.
Lisa
Lisa Marie Presley.
Wow.
Lisa Marie turns 50 years old.
That's right. That's little Lisa Marie.
Yeah, little.
It's okay. It's okay. She's 14.
Well, it was a different time.
It was a different time, man, when you could date a 14-year-old and have sex with a monkey in the room.
Well, this is his daughter. This is the king's daughter, Lisa Marie, not Scylla.
Scylla, yeah.
So
I get them all confused.
I know. But she is, she's turning 50 years old today, so it's a big one for her.
Now, she was married to Michael Jackson and Randy Keough.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
Who's Randy Keough?
I think
that guy. Or?
Danny Keough.
Danny Keough.
Yeah, and then she was also married to Nicolas Cage, and then she was married to a guy named Michael Lockwood, and
it's a whole morass of stuff.
Currently single.
She participated in probably one of the most awkward kisses ever televised, which was the MTV. And he said it wouldn't last. Look, I'm hetero.
It was so weird. It was so weird.
Look, I can kiss chicks. All right, here we go.
Let's just count down.
It took every bit of effort.
Your little boy, your little boy, your little boy.
Oh, dude. Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
I did it.
Oh, Jesus. That's what's going through his head.
Your little boy, your little boy, your little boy, your little boy. Your little... I did it.
You donked it. Oh, my God. Oh, Lord.
They said it wouldn't last. In your face. I'm a little boy forever.
Has she ever said anything?
She says, she actually says it was a good relationship, like a regular relationship. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
That's how he powers through.
Your little boy, your little boy.
All right, here you go. Your little boy, your little boy, your little boy, your little boy.
All right, jeez.
It's like when we were eating the surströmming.
Yeah, you're like,
all right.
This is prime rib.
Prime rib.
And there's only one waterbed store in New Jersey. And they have, I'm looking up the pricing, but it's conveniently located near Route 1 and 287.
That's when you call it.
Yes, hello?
Okay.
Close to like,
Yes, hello? What? That's a pizza place. You got the wrong number.
Hang on, let me.
What a message is it? Yes, hello, can I help you? Yes, Blue Night. Yes, we have them. And we're open.
It's like,
yes, hello.
I don't think I've ever heard you yell into that filtered microphone for it.
Go ahead, kid.
He's looking for it. Hang on a second.
Yes, hello. Yes, waterbeds, we have them. Waterbeds, hello. You're the receiver.
You know, falling on the book.
Yes, hello.
Wait a minute. Do it with the receiver. There we go. All right.
Yes, hello. Yes, waterbeds, we got them.
I don't know. That's got to be a lonely gig.
I grew up, where in St. Louis there was a place called the Waterbed Store, and it was they had several locations around the city and everything.
Yes, hello. Yeah, who is it? What? No, wrong number.
Damn it. They sell them on Amazon.
Please stand, please. Yes, we're open. You just say, I'll come to you.
Is this the Waterbed Store?
Don't even drive here. I'll come to you. Where are you?
Jim, I'm gonna go to Jim. Uses a waterbed still. Hey, Jim, how you doing, man?
Good. How are you? Gadzooks.
Gadzooks. What's up, buddy?
Yeah, I own a waterbed. I use it every night.
Oh, no, we're talking about waterbeds, not waterbeds.
Different product.
Different product.
What is
Jim,
that?
how long have you had it?
20 years.
Yeah, Jim, is that you? You want to buy another one? Jim!
I had to buy another one about 3 years ago and had to order it from California.
Okay.
Jim, is that you? Jim!
He's the last waterbed owner.
Jim, is that you? Jim!
By the way, here's a text that says Jordan Woods is her best friend. How do you report on them all the time and not know this? I don't pay attention to my
Yes, of
reports. Are
course.
you kidding me?
Yeah, this
I
is
just
all-
report this stuff.
Yeah, seriously.
Our goal is to not retain any of this.
At 6:58, we have forgotten everything about the Jonas.
Absolutely. And that's the way it should
Well,
be.
Jordan Woods was never, ever spoken on this show.
What?
No, I don't know the name Jordan Woods either.
I'm sure at some time or another.
If I have, I think through therapy I was able to forget it.
But anyhow, as Kylie's baby news took over the internet, her mom, Chris, was whooping it up.
Jesus Christ.
At Chrissy Teigen and John Legend's house.
Stop it.
And they were watching the Super Bowl. But it looks like... Hold on. It looks like Jenner may have had too much fun. Teigen shared a shot of a broken table on Snapchat explaining that Jenner crashed into it.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Kris Jenner smashed into the table, apparently, and took it out while
Oh no, that's my favorite table.
That's while she was whooping,
Shelbyville, isn't it?
whooping it up. Our next guest is an accomplished writer and director. A couple little things you may have heard of before, like Loopers and Star Wars Episode 8, The Last Jedi.
Yeah.
And we you want me to play his case? There you go. Need a fanfare when we bring somebody on board. But he is here to promote the film Knives Out, which is star-studded, looks really, really cool. Please welcome writer and director Ryan Johnson.
Thank you.
Hey, Ryan, how are you?
I'm doing great, Preston. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely, man. We're excited about this.
Tremendously.
We're fans of the murder mystery, the whodunits, and all that, and you just don't see them that often. And
This style, because in the vein of Agatha Christie and in the vein of 12 Little Indians, Murder on the Orient Express, the Hitchcock, that sort of stuff. And when they're done well, there's nothing like them. They just totally bring you in.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite genres, man. Like I grew up reading Agatha Christie's books. I grew up
Loved
reading
them.
like the movies based on them, and it's so much like everybody loves a good murder mystery, like a good whodunit, you know?
Oh, absolutely. And what also is one of the few that allows for great ensemble work.
Yes. Yeah. You got like a rogues gallery of suspects.
Yeah.
The idea with this movie was let's do a star-studded cast. It's kind of like old school like that. Let's have it be so like everyone who pops up on screen, you're like, oh, it's that person.
Let me rattle off the names, okay, for those who may not be familiar. Christopher Plummer, Daniel Craig, Chris Evans, Jamie Lee Curtis, Michael Shannon, Toni Collette, Don Johnson, who's been doing some great stuff.
The Watchmen.
Yeah.
Frank Oz, even.
Yeah, we got Frank in there.
Awesome.
Christopher Plummer.
The
great
legend.
Christopher Plummer.
The legend, yeah.
And it's exactly, also you get a chance to, with a cast like that, and Jamie
Foo Fighters in the Glass, a little melancholic ending on that song. 10:32 in the Preston and Steve Show, coming to a close today for a Wednesday morning. Very gray looking day today, and warm though, which is not too bad. I don't know, man. I go back and forth. Would I rather be warm and gray or sunny and freezing cold? I don't know. Neither one of those, actually.
Yeah. You know, though, as we get around the holidays and everything, these sort of seasonal weathers.
Yeah.
Okay. It's hell.
It's all right.
We just need a lot of rain right now.
We do. We can use it.
You know, I don't care if it comes in rain or snow form, but it needs to happen.
Yeah, true. All right, I would like to thank you for joining us this morning. We had a good time chatting with you and getting into things. We'd like to congratulate again our winner to spring training from Camp Out for Hunger, Kevin Mong of Blackwood, New Jersey. He is headed out with us at phillysportstrips.com. That'll be in the spring, obviously, because it's spring training. You know what I should mention, too? I had these other winners that were never at least acknowledged on the air, but the winner of our Quizzo crew.
Yes.
Of that night, the Flyers Suite. That was Dan McCormick, Brian DeTavio, and Katie Keller won that. We also gave away Eagles tickets for the January 4th or 5th game. Why does it say 4th or 5th? We don't know if it's going to be on the 4th or 5th yet?
They haven't announced the playoff
I don't
schedule.
know these things.
No, that's not a playoff game. It's a flex game.
That's
A flex game, okay. It's like Flex Seal. You could turn
doggy.
a boat out of a screen door.
A screen door.
But that was courtesy of Campbell's Chunky and Melanie Devuono. Yeah. How would you say that, Casey?
Devuono.
Melanie Devuono from Glassboro, New Jersey.
It's a mouthful. She won.
And then we also had a winner because Walt Lafty from Silvertide stopped by and gave away some tickets to Dennis Jeffries from New Holland, PA. So there were a lot of other things that you may not have heard about that were going on at Camp Out for Hunger that we had as far as prize giveaways go. And we still have another one, which tomorrow we will announce the high school that won for the incentive courtesy of College Ave, and that's a $5,000 prize. So we're excited to announce that.
Very exciting to see which school took this.
Yeah, as of right now, the Eagles are playing on Sunday, January 5th against the Giants, but sometimes those games at the end of the year, they move some of those games to Saturdays.
Okay.
All right. So
I was curious why I said January 4th or 5th. So, but Melanie's happy no matter what, I'm sure. We need to do the letter of the day, and I believe Casey is going to be giving that to us today.
I got you.
Here we go.
Preston and Steve on 93.3 WMMR.
Now, the Daily Letter. All right, the Preston and Steve Show is brought to you today by the letter
O, as in overtime.
Or O-range.
That's not even a word.
Oh, so you're right. All right, so we're going to give away Flyers Santa Sack on Friday, this holiday season gift, the game day experience with a Flyers Santa Sack. And each package includes a pair of Flyers tickets, an autographed item, food and beverage voucher, and some wings to see some tickets to see the Philadelphia Wings. It's everything that you need for the game in one gift, and only at PhiladelphiaFlyers.com. We'll take this moment to thank our sponsors. Preston and Steve Show has been brought to you today by Dunkin', and the Preston and Steve Show runs on Dunkin'. Also brought to you by Acme Markets, the official supermarket of the Philadelphia Eagles. Tomorrow on our program, our good friend Mark Summers is getting in touch with us.
Yay!
And it's nearing the end of the year, so annual call for Mr. Skin. You got to talk about nudity, the end of the year awards in film and television, and he's got it all.
And what a year.
Stand by for your ray of sunshine. Pierre Robert is going to bring it home, folks. That's it. We are done. Rage on. Have yourself a great day, and we'll do it again tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Preston and Steve.
On.